Okay, so it's like 25 little things that need to happen before this is set up, which is why I need to arrive usually so early. So many different options and cables. And there we go. Okay. All right. Can you see everyone? Hi. Hello. Hi, Linda. Hi,
Hi.
Carol. And I see two people whose names I don't recognize. Helen and Heaven. Are you able to hear me? Maybe it's your names. Maybe it's your someone who used your computer, or you're using someone's computer. Can you hear me? Hi, Linda, Carol, can you guys hear me? Can you say something so
Yeah.
I can hear you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
again,
we
it's
can
the
hear you.
person who changes the sound. Hold on. Um, can you say something again? I don't think I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, so it's just really low. We need to figure out why. Okay, can you say something again? I'm changing the volume.
Yeah. Yes, I can
Good.
say
I
something.
can hear you now. All right, so Helen Caldwell and Heaven. Can I, don't know who you are? Um, is that your names? And if you don't know, because you're actually, John or whatever, you wouldn't know. But I see two people here with those names, and they're not in my roster. So either you're
Hello,
someone
Diana.
else. Hello?
Hello, Diana.
Yes. Hi, Helen.
Can you hear me? Yeah, this is Helen.
Okay. Um, I don't see you in my roster. Did you sign up maybe a short time ago? I didn't update.
No, I'm here. I had a terrible time getting on. Uh, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible time. It's just that since I haven't emailed you, people, oh, there you are, 10:58. I am registered starting today. Please send me a link. You sent me an hour ago. So people who join the class online should join at this time, 10 minutes later, 12:40. So if you were trying to connect, you thought you were having an issue, it's just that the class didn't officially start until right now. So you're fine. But also,
Great.
I see that you just registered. So I'm going to add you to the roster, but that's why I did not know who you were. Okay, I'm going to add you here. Um, and then we'll see. And then who is Heaven? Hello? Someone called Heaven? Is it someone else's second computer, or is someone else called Heaven here? No, I mean, hello? I see whoever is named Heaven, sound is turned off. So if you're speaking to me, you need to turn your sound on, and if you're not speaking to me, maybe you can't hear me. But if you are, I'm going to sit something and write something in the chat that I want everyone to go say hello, good afternoon, or whatever you want to say on the chat. And in that same place that you just saw me saying good afternoon, that's the chat. And go ahead and write in there, Heaven, if you don't know how to turn off your audio, maybe you saw the good afternoon, and in the same place to everyone, you can write something back. There, Linda just said, hi, everyone. Because, Helen, I can't see you nor hear you. So if you're speaking, I am not aware that you're speaking, okay? So I need you to go to the audio button on the bottom left of Zoom. There's a little kind of microphone, old-fashioned microphone picture, and that's the audio button. And I need you to unmute yourself so that I can um, hear you. Um, I don't want to have someone I don't know in the class, but I also don't want to not have you in class. So can you please tell me who you are? Hmm. That's my, Carol, do you see any way to write to, now where's everyone else who's usually showing up? I'm wondering if there is an issue with the class. I mean, I don't know, I have so many. Okay, Carol's in there, and Linda's in there, and Helen, do you see a place where we just said, hi, hello, happy February from Carol? Is it February? Wow. Do you see that? That's the chat. So kind of at the bottom of you have all your little buttons. One of them says the word chat.
Chat, I see it.
Yeah, so can you type in there where it says type message here? Can you say hi? Like there, I just said hi again.
Okay, let's see. Okay, wait.
Okay, and I don't know where people are who are part of the class, and yet I don't know who Heaven is, so I'm a bit confused here. And okay. All right. Okay, so I need to. I can't call tech support right now because they're in class, but the printer isn't running, so I can't get the net. So can someone please remind me? I can't leave the day without having you guys sign a roster. During break, I'm going to go and try to print the roster from some other computer. Okay. And I'm now connecting with this computer. So Helen, I see that you said hi, Diana, and hi everyone. So thank you so much. I see that you found the chat, so that's wonderful. And do you see right next to where you wrote the chat, do you see another button that has a little heart that says react? You see that one?
I do.
Oh, great. So that would be a great place for you to click. And everyone, can you all give me a little green check mark there so that I can show? There you go. You gave me a little thumbs up. That's perfect. Now notice that if you go down all those rows, there's one place where you see a little green check mark. Yeah, there we go. So many times in class when I'm trying to check on whether people, if they're doing okay, if they need help, if something's missing, I'll have them click on the green check mark if things are okay, and on right next to it is a red X when they're not okay. So that would be you saying, no, I didn't understand and I need help or something like that. So that's, can everyone switch to no's? And this is for anyone here, whoever is going to take the class online. So now just by clicking the X, everything went to no. Perfect, Helen, you got it. Heaven, can you hear me? Can you write in the chat? Oh, you muted yourself. Oh, Afra, is this Afra?
Hi, how are you?
You're Afra. Okay, hi, nice to see you.
I had to drop my wife somewhere.
Okay, I'm going to rename you into Afra.
I drove 150 mile per hour to get here on time.
Don't do that. I'm glad you are here and not on the other side. Yeah.
You were worried that you may lose it for.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're with us, Afra. I just changed your name because you came up as Heaven, which is a wonderful aspiration. But I was like, who is this person?
This is your first session, correct?
What's that?
This is your first session, correct?
No, we started last week. We started last week.
But you didn't send me email last time.
I do. You were on the list. You are receiving. I need to see what's happening. Did you change your email?
No,
because you are on the list. You are right there, Afra, and you are getting let me check over here.
Yahoo and Gmail, both.
The email that I have for you, Pipeline, of course, but I have the one that's afraguiti@yahoo.com. That's where I've been sending it to you.
Yeah, and also I have Gmail, but yahoo.com is fine.
Why don't you I've been sending all the information to you at yahoo.com, so if you're not getting it, then you can give me the Gmail one. Whichever you give me will work, but I've been sending it to the Yahoo. Okay? okay?
Okay, thank
All
you,
right,
thank you.
no problem. You've taken the class before, so you know how the basics of it works. Nice. I was going to ask Robert if he'd seen you, because Afra tends to go to see Robert at the library, and that's why Robert sent him. No, Afra sent Robert to my class, telling him I'm in a
Is,
class, and that's how
is
the
Robert
connections.
here today?
I don't see him. He's usually here, and he usually emails me, but I haven't checked my email. I had a crazy morning, so maybe he emailed about not being here. Anyway, welcome everyone. Nice to see you. I was wondering, Afra, how I was going to reach you because I emailed you a bunch of times. I was going to ask Robert today, so I'm glad you're here. Okay, is everyone seeing? I'm not seeing the classroom. I'm seeing me twice. So let me switch. There it is. Far out of focus. I'm only seeing. Look. You're only seeing Mary. Everyone else do like this.
I don't know why.
No, it's because of the focus. Yeah, the camera can't. Yeah, I'm thinking that we should put this camera closer. I always think, but then we're in the way of this computer, so I don't know. It still focuses on.
You can't see.
Yeah, it still focuses on. But it didn't do that before. Oh, because it's blurred. I know why. Because it's blurred because I had it blurred at home. Okay, hold on. This is complicated. All the settings have to change out. There's the class. And Mary disappeared, not wanting to be in the front. All right. Okay. We're all set for the class to continue. Thank you, everyone. I was late today. I mean, I got here right on time, but that's late because I have so many things to set up that it's equivalent to being late. So I apologize. I got here at 12:30, and there's just like 2,500 things I need to connect. So the class started fine for you Zoom people, but late for the people who are here in person. And I have not been able to print the roster yet. So anyway. Okay. So can I check in with you for a second, Helen? Can I ask you, I believe this is your first class with me? Your name sounds familiar, but I don't remember because I can't see you.
I did this class a couple years ago, Diane. And then I was so busy with so many other things that I was getting lost. And I never signed for your introductory class before this one. So
Okay, yes,
this
because
is where
your
I
name
should have
sounds
stopped.
familiar to me. Your camera, you might notice, is pointing towards your desk, and it's blurred, so I can't really see you. I'm just seeing your elbows. So if at some point you can move the camera up so I can see your face, I might recognize you. Right now I'm just seeing your elbows, which is fine. I don't need to see you.
I don't know where the camera is.
It's way out. It's kind of pointing all the way out. If you look at all the videos, you can see yourself. It's pointing at you, and it's kind of behind your computer. It's kind of on to the left and up behind your computer. That's where your webcam's to your left.
You?
To your left. Your camera is
I
not
don't
on your computer.
I see something that says view.
Yeah. So do you see?
It says recording. It says meeting
Yeah.
information.
Grab your left hand. Move your left hand and point it to the back of your monitor. Can you grab your left hand? Because I see your left hand. Go ahead and point it towards. Go ahead and grab the left side of your monitor. Grab the left side of your monitor with your hand. Yeah. Now your hand is very near the camera. Nope. Put it down like where it was before. There. Now I see it. And if you extend your hand straight, you would be touching there. You're kind of pointing towards wherever the camera is, a little bit more to your left. A bit more to your left. So do you have a phone there
There's
with
a
you?
hand, but that's on the back of the monitor.
Yeah, and now further to your left is where I'm seeing you from. Yes, now you're pointing towards the camera. So what are you pointing at? Is there a
I'm just
webcam?
pointing at, actually, I'm pointing over toward the computer. I've got a laptop computer with a monitor.
Okay,
And
so whatever you're pointing at, that finger is pointing straight to the, yes, there we go. Can somebody close the door, please, because I can't hear. There we go. I can see you now. You moved it. Yes, you're there. Hi, Helen. Now,
Look,
now you look more familiar to me.
all right,
Now I can
I have
tell.
to look at I have to look at the Mac, at the computer itself, not the monitor.
Well, oh, because your laptop is here and the monitor is there. So the work that you need to do, if you click on the keyboard to do something, where's your keyboard? Kind of where you're pointing with your hand?
No, my keyboard is
Your
over.
keyboard is there. Oh, I see. Your laptop is running. Okay, I see what's happening. She has
The
her
laptop.
laptop to the side, and then she has a monitor connected to it, and then she has a keyboard connected to it. So her laptop is like a computer, like when you have a brick, and then she has the monitor and her keyboard. Okay, so you're fine. You don't need to touch your computer. Just the laptop. Just look as now. It's pointing at you, so I can see you, and then you can use your keyboard and your monitor for the class. That's perfect. Okay, now I understand your setup. I needed to understand what was happening because you were coming from your. You know how most people, if you look at Carol or Linda or Afra, they're coming up front.
That was
Versus
funny
me, I'm
because
coming sideways. So your situation is more like mine, where I'm not really in front of the computer. My monitor is on the side. All right. Hi, Rod. Second Rod. Okay. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Now, okay, good. We're all set now. I can see Helen. I can see everyone, and the monitors are good. All right. So, um, can someone give me an idea of the things that we did last class? Does someone, if not, I can always bring up how do you call it?
AI.
The AI summary. Thank you. I was like, my brain was going for a second. I was distracted with Rod's arrival. Because I want you guys to do that. I want you to have an idea, at least as far as you can, of how to get back to know or to review things. And so this is just a quick review of how to get to the class handouts. That's it. And then we're going to continue. So here's the deal. You're going to go, and I'm going to sign out because I'm signed in right now, and being signed in doesn't help. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And this is a mini review for Helen. I can help you a bit more later, Helen, with how this works. But this is how we're going to get to our class handouts. We're going to go to my.sbcc.edu, and then we're going to sign in. With our pipeline password. And then, that takes you to the dashboard. Okay? Now, once you're in the dashboard, and I'm just going fast, I'm not expecting you to do it with me, but I'm just showing you so you remember the process. On the left side, you're going to look for the word Gmail. For some people, you can just go here where it says email and drive and click on drive, and then see all files. But for some people, this brings you to your personal email. Versus if you go here, it tends to take you to the school email, and that's why I prefer going here to Gmail. That's just a plan B. So I'm going to go to Gmail. And the most important thing is looking to the far right whether that says SBCC. If it doesn't say SBCC, you're in a Gmail, but it might be your personal Gmail. But if it says SBCC, that is your school Gmail. See, and there I see that about an hour ago, Helen wrote to me to say that she was in the class. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to click on this little waffle icon. And I'm going to go to Drive. And then I am in the Pipeline Google Drive. Again, if it has an SBCC over here, and if I hover over it, see how it says Diana Musacchio, D. Musacchio Pipeline at SBCC. So it truly is confirming that I am in, over here, that I am in the SBCC account. Then I go to Shared Drives. Shared Drives. And over here, you'll see any classes that you're in of mine. And so I have many, but you guys should have, at the very least, just the one, Mac Intro to the class. Once you get here, which sounds long, but it's 4 clicks. Click, 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 click. 4 clicks total, you get in here. and you are in the recordings of the last two classes. So Helen, I'm going to send you an email. If in case I don't remember, can you please email me? Same with Afra. These are the recordings of last week. We met twice already. Okay, so maybe you can watch them when you have some time. I mean, they're long because they are, 3.5 hours long, but it gives you an idea of what we've been doing. And over here, when you click on these guys, you click one time, and then you click again. Sorry, you click one time, and then you click on this link, meeting summary. And this is the summary of what we did last class. Okay? So I told people how to register for classes, how to use the pipeline system. So basically what I just showed you right now, I showed in a lot of detail last week. So right now I'm just doing it kind of quickly as a review. Then I worked on talking about file, folder, tab, and application, which is a question someone asked me. And then I asked you all to have a homework, which was, who remembers the homework? And it's every single class's homework, not one particular. You did it last week. Ask questions. So I want everyone to do things during the week on your computer, especially between, Wednesday and Monday. There's many days, and write down anything that isn't working or that you don't know or that you don't. Hang on to your question though right now. I mean, if it's a question that you came up with, give me a second, because right now I'm just reminding everyone that every week I'm going to start the class by saying, okay, we have to keep reviewing and doing what we're doing in class, but I want to hear your questions, or email them to me. Email them to me during the week so then I know what is coming up for you, what you're trying to do, and what your questions are. So, and then after that, we began to work on the iCloud account. Okay, and so we have one other homework that is consistent, which you have from today until the end of the last math class to do, but don't wait, because the sooner you do it, the better. I want you to access a different computer, one that is not your own, and to try to access your iCloud accounts. Go to iCloud.com on a computer that is unfamiliar to you, and see if you have what it takes to get into your iCloud account, just in case at some point you lose your devices and you're in some foreign town and you need to go to someone else's computer to get the phone numbers to call, your family or something like that, right? So those are two ongoing homeworks for you guys. Know how to access your iCloud account and know how to and write down any questions that come up. Okay? So then here I asked, this is everything we did, as you can see, and then we talked about privacy and safety, and we talked a lot about settings. We opened up an example using what app did I open that I began to give you examples of settings. What did I do? Does everyone remember any settings that we set up? We went to Safari. And then we opened Safari's settings. Safari is how we access the internet. It's the Mac app to access the internet. You can access it any other way, but we talk, what's the one advantage of Safari? One advantage. There's one main advantage. What's that? It's the most secure with respect to privacy. Okay? It has the most features that allow you to set your privacy settings to it. And so then we went ahead and opened the settings for Safari, and we worked on the privacy settings for Safari. I showed you how to, okay, so that's one thing we did. And then the next thing I showed you, which was very important, is when you have one app open and another app open, which one is in the foreground, which one is the active app, which one is in the background, like how to switch between apps. So we're going to keep practicing that, and this time we're going to work on, Linda had to leave, and then we're going to practice more how to work on the actual full system settings, the actual system settings, okay? So anyway, here's more of a description of what we did, and in order to catch up to all of that, I request that you please watch the class recordings. And if you still don't know how to get to the class recordings, remember that in the email that I sent you every morning, so here's the email that I sent you this morning. Of course, Helen wouldn't have gotten it because she wasn't into the class yet. But I sent you something today at around 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Zoom link to today's intro to the Math class for Zoom students. But this email is also good for people who are here in person. Because yes, I give you the link for the class, but then at the bottom I said, use this link to view a video that shows you how to access the class recordings. So if you forgot how to access class recordings, go to my email, click on this link, and it takes you to this video, which then shows you step by step how to get into the class. Does that make sense? And you go, oh, so basically everything I just showed you is in this video. And so you don't need to wait until I'm here to see it, okay? So anyway, I just wanted to remind you that that video is, yes, for Zoom people, because that's where the link is, and I sent it every day that we teach, so Mondays and Wednesdays mornings, you will find it in your inbox. Okay, Helen, you too, so you'll have that link once I know that you're in class today. I didn't know, so I didn't send it to you. And then during the week, you guys can use that link to remind yourself how to get to the class recordings, but you need to retrieve the class recordings yourself, okay? Now, if at some point you're like, I really missed the class and I cannot figure out how to class recordings, you can email me and I can send you the link. It's not like I'll never send it. But ideally, I can't be sending the link to everyone individually. Because if you receive an email into your Google, into your private Gmail, and you receive a link to the recording, it might not take you straight to the recording. It might have you going through Pipeline and whatnot. So it's easier to do the process yourself. But I know a way to get around that, but I'm going to do it on an individual level on an as-needed basis, so to say, but not on an individual level. Okay. Cool. So that's all about the class. So now, catching up to what we did. Now, today, I'm going to start by reviewing again how to open, and here, let me move this out of the way. I can't get the printer to work, so I'm stuck there. Moving that out of the way, and moving this out of the way. Okay. I just need to get someone to help me with the printer, but I'll do it. Just remind me I need to get the printer during break, otherwise I'll forget. Okay. So, yes. It fills the screen. We haven't talked about it yet, so that's a good question. We're going to talk about that now. No, that's a good question. But since Mary is the one who brought up the questions last week, is anyone else doing that homework of writing down questions about things that don't work? Anyone at home? Anyone here? I mean, maybe you're overwhelmed. There's so many things you don't know. Well, write one down. Write one down, you know. Oh, here comes Julie. Okay. So, Mary just asked me another one. Mary, you are a question person. No, I am a question person. I go to class and teachers like, oh, here she comes, because I ask questions.
I miss you, Diana. I'm so happy.
Hi, Julie. Nice to see you.
All my questions.
Julie's good about asking questions, too. I like questions. I ask questions. But in particular, your homework is to make a list of questions for me. Okay, so don't forget that. When you come upon something, we have about 2.5 months of classes with me, or 3 if you take all of my classes. Ask yourself, or find yourself frustrated and go, what am I frustrated by? Oh, let me write down for Deanna. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, let me write down for Deanna. Oh, I don't know what. Let me just write it down and ask me. Just like, I'm here. Got it. Thank you, Julie. Thanks for showing up. So, Julie is someone who came in knowing very little, and she has taken my class multiple times, and she asks questions, and now she is very comfortable. She keeps showing up. There's always something there. She also wants to help the class run, but there's always something still left to learn in what I'm teaching. And now she has a computer that's getting a little bit older. So at some point, and it could be now or 5 years from now, I don't know, she's going to move to a new computer, and she will have seen the new things coming up that her computer can't do anymore and decide and not be completely unfamiliar. So that's wonderful too. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to start working on, in part, Mary's question, which is those three little buttons, but we're going to address it from the point of view of, here, let me share my screen first. So here's my computer that I'm sharing with you guys. And I'm going to minimize this. So if you guys write something to me on the chat, just let me know, because I have minimized the chat. I'm going to put the chat over on that screen, and I'm going to make this one bigger so everyone here can see, so the people who are in class can still see my demo. Okay, because I'm demoing this laptop. Okay. So, oh, here comes Yolanda. All right, people are showing up to the party.
We're having a big party.
We're having a party. Okay, so guys, the one thing that I was showing you guys at the end of class last week was how to see which programs are running and how to make it pop to the foreground versus the background. Now, I don't care so much what's active, what's not active for no reason. Rather, on the Mac, many times you have many apps running, and it can get confusing to which one is the app that we're referring to. So who remembers what's the best way? Right now, it looks like I'm not running any apps on this computer. If I look at the screen, this is just a background. But if you look at my dock, am I running any apps right now on this computer? Can you tell? I don't know. It's small enough. Yeah. What you see here. How can you tell? Top left, here it says I'm running the Finder. And what is the Finder? The word everything begins to make sense. So the Finder is that visual, it's what we see, the visual representation of the system. Like when you turn on the computer, the Finder, even if nothing else is running, the Finder is the computer running. Does that make sense? And it's called Finder because it's where we find all of our computer parts and pieces. So that's why it's the Finder. Let's go find my apps. Let's go find my files. Let's go find anything, right? So that is what we also call, what's the general word that you've heard a lot? Desktop. So the Finder and the desktop are relatively equivalent. Does that make sense? Like the desktop is a place. It's this, where we see everything. And the Finder is a tool that we open up on my desktop to see what's inside my computer. Okay? So is the Finder always running?
Yes.
Yeah, if the computer's running, the Finder's running. If the computer's off, the Finder's off. So if I go down to the dock, I'll see a little dot, a black dot under the Finder, always, because a black dot means that the computer is running, that the app is running, I'm sorry. So you will never see the Finder without a dot there, because it is always an app that is running. What other apps are running? I don't see any other apps running on my computer, but if I look at my dock, I'll discover, oh, there's another little spot right there. So Safari is running. Really? But I don't see Safari. Safari should be showing me the internet. It's minimized. It's in the background. It has no windows open. So this is the concept I want you guys to learn today, the concept of a window. Every app can be running with us not seeing it, except for the Finder, because that's what we're seeing. It's the compute. It's what we consider whatever I'm seeing. Like that's the computer. That's the Finder. So I always see the Finder. But I can have 20 apps running and have it look like this. So right now I have the Safari running, and way over here I have Zoom running. You see that? The two little dots? Those are the only two apps that I have running. Look at your dock and tell me how many apps is your computer running?
Two.
Tons of them. That's what I usually find. Mary says tons of them. If you can't even count them, that's too many. So go to the chat, everyone, and tell me how many apps, how many little dots Are you able to see? Oh, here comes Bob. So how many? So the question is, how many apps are running on your computer? Count the black dots on your dock. Hi, Bob. Nice to see you. All right.
Can somebody
I'm
talk
going to
to
make
Steve?
this a little bit bigger. What's that?
Can somebody talk to Steve?
All right, so Mary has 15, Linda has 7, Yolanda has 4, Carol has 8. How about over here that you're not writing in the chat? Oh, 0 says, well, Gigi, 0 is impossible. At the very least, you have the finder. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and see what's happening there. Denise, Rodney, Rod, what do you guys have? 4, 10, 2, and 15. Okay, so those are our numbers. Helen, were you able to look at your doc? And Afra, can you look at your doc? Oh, Helen is not in her seat, I think. No, she's not. Okay. Who else is left? Julie and Afra. Afra, can you look at your doc and see how many little black dots do you see there? That means how many apps you're running. Oh, and here comes Evelyn. Cool. Let me see what's happening here with Gigi. Give me a second, everyone at home. What was it that you can't?
What's that? 3 dots?
My own account, so,
What do you mean? This is, you are on your computer.
yeah, but I can't seem to do anything.
Well,
Like, okay, so we're
here's the Finder.
right. but
Here's
we're in
Safari. We're
Safari,
counting.
but
If you want to go
none of
to
this-
school, you can go to spcc.edu. This is your basic starting page. But we don't need to go there. We don't need to go there, so it's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So right now you have Safari. Like, actually, I don't have Safari open right now, so you might want to close it or not. But right now, I'm showing the same thing. I'm showing an empty computer. See? That, so you're in the same spot. It's just that I have a different background. A lot of you guys who have Sequoia have the forest background. In order to distinguish my two computers, since I have Sequoia in both, I have one with a forest background and one with this background. So it might be confusing, but it's Sequoia. It's for me to know which computer I'm sharing. But if you see just a bunch of trees and nothing else, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. If you are on Tahoe and you're seeing beautiful Lake Tahoe, and that's all, then you are doing the same thing I'm doing. We're just seeing the Finder. Does that make sense? But we have more apps running. And Evelyn's going to join us in a second, or she's still setting up. But everyone else has answered how many apps you have running, even if you don't see them. Okay? So when you have 15, are you using all 15 of those? When you have 10, are you using all 10? Like, do you constantly use those 10? It could be. Do you use 10 different apps all day, every day? Because if you do, please keep them open. When I am in the midst of doing some work, I might have Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Bridge. I might have Word. I might have Excel. That's 7 plus Finder. I might have the internet. That's 8. I might have my email running. That's 9. And maybe I have my notes. That's 10. So that's if I'm using every single thing I own, pretty much, I have 10 apps running. Maybe I'm looking up someone's phone number. I might have my contacts open. I might have my appointments open because I want to see my calendar. That's 12. So it's possible that I could have 12 apps running and actually be efficiently using them, but that is rare. Normally, if I'm in the middle of doing my photos, I'm not checking the calendar at that point or writing on my contacts and stuff like that. Now, do you have to close all those apps if you're not using them?
What's the disadvantage of having them all? Does it take space?
Well, here's what it matters.
Okay.
So listen to me well, because this is a divide between people who are, and I'm going to stop the share for a minute so you can see my face. There's a difference between if your computer is running really well and it's new and it's strong and it has a lot of RAM, or if your computer is, it's by now it's 3 to 4 years old, or for 5 to 7 years old, or 8 to 10 years old. It does make a difference how old it is as to how much space and RAM and how much stuff you have in the computer, all of that. So the more apps you have running, the slower and more grindy and more clunky it gets. Now, if you have a new computer, all powerful, and a lot of RAM, and this is important, random access memory, RAM, RAM, which is a detail that you don't guys need to know, but the more RAM you have, that is the feature that allows multiple apps to run at the same time. If you have a pretty new computer with very little RAM, you might still have trouble when many apps are open. You have a very old computer with a lot of RAM, you might be able to switch between apps a little bit. So there's so many different things that are part of the decision making that I can't give you one reason. All I'm going to say is, if your computer's running fine, you never notice any problems, okay. Over the years, you got accustomed to that, and then your computer starts to get kind of clunky, and you forgot that you could be turning off some apps to make it run better. So it's one of those best practices, which is if you don't need it running, if you haven't used it in 2 weeks, just close it. And it's like leaving your car as if you own 10 cars and they were all idling, waiting for you to just jump in and run. Just turn it off. When you get back, you'll turn it on again. Does that make sense? So, yeah, so it's like, it's just sitting there. And suddenly it's like 10 p.m. and you're going to sleep, and there it is, running, you know. I've never used that one before, so I was like, why? Now, there are now and then, there is a reason where you're just jumping in and out to do errands, and like, that's your job. You're a pizza delivery person. Yeah, you probably want to keep your app running, right? Your car running. But for most of us, I tend to keep my calendar running all the time. I'm someone who needs to know my calendar needs to tell me what I'm doing next. I don't have that in my brain. My husband's brain is a network of appointments. He knows, you ask him any time of day what time it is, he's within 10 minutes. His brain just knows that. He knows what he's doing next. He knows when he's cleaning up to start the next job. I am like, what time is this today? If my alarm doesn't tell me, if my alarm doesn't ring to tell me it's time to give you guys a break, if it doesn't ring to tell me you guys it's time to close, I just keep going. My brain isn't work like that. And it's okay, so I use my alarms, right? Yeah, so I keep my calendar running all the time. I keep my mail running all the time. People might be needing to reach me. I need to know it's available. And then that's about all I keep running all the time. When I need to see or do all my other apps that I work with, I open them and try to close them. So I do have some things that run all the time. Okay, but that's because of how I am. Like my husband, he probably never opens his calendar. He just knows. I don't know. So like, God-given gift. Versus he probably is the kind of person who wakes up, checks, and knows that's it. He knows what he's doing during the day. I never asked him how many times he checks his calendar. Versus me, if I'm not checking all the time, I don't know what's coming next. Okay? So what you might have all the time, you might be someone whose job or life depends on weather. Like you run every morning. So you might want to always have the weather running so that you can constantly know how you need to dress for today's run. Or, you know what I mean? There's needs that you have. Messages. I use my phone for that more. I mean, on your computer, yeah. So I'm just talking about the computer right now. Because the phone can handle more apps open better than a computer can. Okay? It's kind of made for that. So many times you have many apps open on your phone, and it's still working, versus the computer. If you have a new one, you won't even notice it. You go, why is she telling me to do this? But as it starts getting all our computers, at some point, we all get older. And then you have a new computer. In 3 years, it'll not be so new. And in 6 years, it's old. So get accustomed to closing apps. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to share my screen again now. All right, and let me give Evelyn a hand here. We don't really need any of this right now. So I'm going to exit. Let me just escape all this and escape all that. And can you click on continue? Because you're opening a lot of apps right now. Click on continue and just say view my documents. Okay, and now I'm just going to quit. And then I'm going to quit. And I'm going to quit. And I'm going to quit. And I'm going to quit. Okay, so that way, and then close this. You have a lot of things open. And right now, click on this. And I'm going to close that one, and then click on that. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're in a computer that has nothing open, right? So just to be with where the class is. All right. Now, At most, you have some of you have many windows open, some of you have many dots open. If you are like Rod and me, we only have 2 things open, then we might need to open some more things. So if you already have many things open, don't do this. But if you have 4 or less things open, since we can't close Zoom, at least those of us who are on Zoom, and we can't close the Finder, if you all have a minimum of 2, those of you who are online, and some of you have many others. So we're going to let's open Safari. Let's click on Safari. I don't care where you go to, don't go anywhere, just click on it open to run. Then look at my screen. There's going to be a calendar app on your dock. Hopefully click on calendar and open your calendar. So I'm forcing, for those of you who do have calendar open, it'll just pop up. If you don't have it open, we're opening it. Then I want you to click on contacts, and if you don't see any of these things that I'm telling you, let me know. Contacts. So Helen, Yolanda, Bob, how you guys doing? Everyone who just joined us. Afra, you're not on your seat, so I don't know how to help you. Okay. All right, so contacts. As you can see, windows are opening up. So remember I told you that I'm going to teach you the concept of windows? This is it. A window showing me the Contacts app opened up. A window showing me my calendar opened up. A window showing me Safari opened up. These are called windows. How about Finder? Does the Finder have a window? I mean, the Finder was this thing in the background. Yes, if I go and click on the Finder icon, a Finder window opens up. So everyone do that. Give me a Finder window. So now we have a Finder, we have Safari, we have Contacts, and we have the calendar. Why not? Let's open Maps. If you have it down there, open Maps. Now we have a map into wherever we're at.
Diana,
Yes,
these things aren't open on my computer though.
that's fine. I'm asking you to open them. So
Well,
I'm saying if
but-
they are
but-
not, now if you have 10 other things open, then that's okay. Leave those open. But if not, I want to see about 4 or 5 or 6 apps open. And I'm telling you which
Okay.
ones just to have them all open up and have the example of now we can begin to figure out how to work with all these multiple app windows and how to close them when they shouldn't be open.
Well, Diana, say that again, who you have open now. I have.
Okay, I open Safari.
Uh-huh.
And it's okay if you open different ones. It's just that if we open the same ones, then it's a bit easier to call it out, but it's okay.
Okay.
I open Contacts.
And which one is Contacts? I don't
Okay,
know.
it's called Contacts. So if you don't see it on your dock, don't worry. Open something else. We're going to get to the place where we recognize how to open all our apps and stuff like that. Just whatever's next to it. Calendar. I don't know what's
Okay.
on your dock. Right?
Calendar, Chrome.
Calendar, Maps. Not
Zoom.
everyone has it on their dock. I'm going to open 2 or 3 more. I'm going to open Reminders, and I'm going to open Notes. I'm just opening a bunch because I'm trying to make a mess of my desktop. Each one is opening up with its own what? With its own window. Everyone say that. What is all of this? These are windows. Everyone at home, I want to hear you guys say this. These are all
Windows.
Windows.
and you
Windows.
like
Windows.
Isn't that a different computer system, PC? No. The word window came from this. We're looking at windows into our apps. It's like, oh, I'm walking around a house that's closed for the summer with many shuttered windows, and I'm like, ooh, let me look into the kitchen. I'm opening in that. That's one app. Oh, let me look into the bathroom. That's the next app. Oh, let me look into... So you open a window, you can see that room, or in this case, you can see that app. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, the Finder window is the one that I want everyone for sure to open, is clicking on this little smiley face on the far left. You open a Finder window. And the Finder window is letting me look at the bowels of my computer. Everything that I have inside my computer. It's like you're opening up and you're going, whoa, this is what's inside my computer, because I am here ready to find all the stuff that's in my computer. Okay? All right, so I have a ton of windows open. It's a bit of a mess, right? Does everyone have a ton of windows open?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing 4 or 5 over here. That's good. Rod, you'll have 3 only. Open a couple more because I want to give examples. You too, Gigi. Open a bit more. Be a bit more. Yeah, go to the contacts. Go to the reminders. Go to the notes. Just open a few more things. I want messy screens. Yeah, like Denise over there, like me, like Mary. I don't see you guys at home, but I want messy screens. Things open, things open, things open. Now, here's the thing. And this is something that we practiced last week, but we're gonna review this because this is the part where people get kind of lost on a computer. They're like, well, and Linda, I think yours is a bit different. I think, oh, Linda left. She's using the Stage Manager. Is anyone else using the Stage Manager? And if you know what I'm talking about, only answer. Okay, Stage Manager. Linda, there you are. Was it you who were using the Stage Manager where your app is on
No.
the left? Someone in class has used this. Maybe it's someone from my Photoshop class. Okay, someone the other day. Now, I'm going to teach you Stage Manager in the future. But there's a way to have 5 apps open and to only see one at a time automatically, which is called the Stage Manager. But I'm not going to show you that right now. First, I want you to understand what's happening so that then you can understand what the Stage Manager does. So here is how you handle these windows. To move them, you can't click inside of any part to move them. If you click on here, you end up clicking on something. If you click on this one and you click on here, you click on something. It doesn't move it. It's always from the top of any app. The only one that shows it very clearly is the Finder, where you see there's a line right there. Anything above that line, and here you don't even see that line, but imagine that line, magical line is drawn. If I click on any empty area, let's say the first quarter, half an inch of any window, no matter what app it is, you can click and drag that window around. But I can't do that from here. Here I end up doing stuff, right? It needs to be up from there so I can move it around. Any window of any computer, you move it from the top. But don't click on a green or a yellow or a red or a thing. Just find an empty point and move it around.
That's so fun.
Okay? So that's how we move them. Now, has everyone at home been able to move their windows of any app that you have opened back and forth a little bit? Give me a yes if you've been able to move them around by using the top of their, basically the first, depending on your screen, it might look more like a quarter inch or a half an inch. That's it. Neutral area, nothing that has a link. If I click on this, I am doing something. If I click on here, all I can do is click and drag and move it. Can you all do that? Helen and Carol, Afra, Julie, give me a yes if you were able to do that. How about here, you guys? You're all good? Rodney, Rod, Gigi, Denise, you're all good? You can move things from there, Gigi? All right, Evelyn? Yeah, you're able to move stuff from the top. Okay. Now, for better or for worse, and this is the bad news, when you want to get to that thing that's underneath, many times people use this wrong because they go, oh, I'm just going to move this out of the way so that I can see that thing. And then what happens to this thing? It gets kind of, or there, or let me move this one there so that I can see this one. Have you ever found yourself doing that? Oh, let me push it there so I can get to this one. That is, if I could curb you of one habit, if I could have a little guillotine here, remember, and say, don't do that. That would be the most important thing to teach you not to do. Because next time you need your, so you move the calendar out of the way, you move Safari out of the way, let me kind of do that, and then you do this, because I want to look at my notes, right? When you do need your calendar, or your Safari or your whatever, it's hard to find because you don't know where it is. You might have taken it out by moving it like this. And then what I'm going to teach you is, instead of doing that, I'm going to teach you to use the dock. But if you have already moved it that way, the dock doesn't help. Because look, I'm going to go and click on the calendar right now. Did you see the calendar pop in? It did kind of down there. So, but if I click on it, since I left it way out there, when you move it this way, it's still hiding way out there. If I put my Safari out there and I click on, say, Maps, and I see it a little bit, it's like, oh, there it is, okay, but let me go and grab my Safari. There it is. So it's not helping. So I want you all to have all your apps always in the middle. Even if you have many apps open, don't move them out of the way. And this is the hardest thing for people to learn because people always move things out of the way. Do not. Let me show you what to do. If I now need the calendar, I don't move Safari out of the way. I go to my dock and I click on the calendar icon. And it comes out front. Then I need to check my contacts for some reason. I click on the contacts and it comes up front.
Diana,
I need Safari and it comes up front. And I need my notes and it comes up front. But if I had moved it to the very edge, it does come up front. But if I try to find but it's coming up front over there. Does that make sense? So then it feels like it's not coming up front. So everyone, move all your apps to where you can see them, to the middle of your screen, all of the ones that I made you open, and now click on the docs to bring them up one at a time. The one that you want to see.
I do know that. Yeah.
Diana, am I supposed to be able to see you?
Helen, yes and no. You have two monitors, so what you should be able to do is see me on the one that has the camera, your laptop.
All right.
You should be.
I'm also grieving the.
Okay, I'm muting Bob because he's talking to someone in the background. Helen, you should be able to have Zoom open on your laptop, which is kind of on the side, to see me, and then on your monitor, you could be doing your own work. So, do you see him on either on your monitors? Right
No, I don't. Right now, I just have the calendar is open on.
I'm going to stop my share for a minute. Okay. So, do you have your calendar open again? You still have your
Yes.
calendar open? Okay. So now, I'm going to share again. Usually when I share, the first moment that I share, I tend to pop up on people's screens. So let me see. Do you see now something that doesn't look like yours?
No, it's just the calendar's open and it's both open on the computer and the monitor.
Oh, because you have your monitors are mirroring each other instead of not. Okay. So she has two monitors, but they're showing her the exact same thing. So
Yes.
that doesn't work. So the only way I can show you how to change that is by having you share your screen. Do you know how to share your screen? I'm going to show you how to share your screen for a minute. Go to your dock.
Okay,
And then click on the Zoom link on the dock.
okay.
And did anything pop in when you did that? Do you see?
Now I see you, yes.
Okay.
I can
All
see
right.
you now.
So now, do you see at the bottom where you had the React and the chat? You've been doing that well. Do you see the button that says share? So it'll be the same place where you wrote the chat or where you gave me the little yes check mark. Right next to the heart that says React, do you see a little arrow pointing upwards that says share? Okay, Helen, stop looking everywhere. Watch. Let's say that you need to give me a yes right now, because everyone has to give me a yes. Go find wherever you found that yes, because you had found it. Yeah, the React button, the heart icon. Do you see it?
No,
All right, so then the next thing I can do is go to all your, under where I'm talking, do you see a way to turn on and off your sound? Mute and the audio button, do you see that? Under my face.
should I look up or down?
Yeah,
I'm
under,
looking
wherever
at the.
wherever my face is. Look at my face. Wherever my
Okay.
face is. Okay. Now start looking down and on the black parts of the Zoom. So like right under my face, not much further down, on the black things, do you see some words that say Chat, participants, react, anything like that?
Oh, okay. When I click on that, yeah, I see share there then.
Okay, good. Now click on that share button one time.
Okay.
Okay. Now once you see that share button one time, it's a white window, and on the bottom of that white window, it again is a blue button that says share.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So now I'm seeing your screen, and everyone is seeing your screen. Go ahead and say okay to that. Allow.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, good. Now, I'm going to point to your system settings, which are here. Today, we're all going to use our system settings a lot, so go ahead and be one of the apps that you're opening up. Can you click on the system settings? Do you see my pink? Do you see my mouse here? I'm drawing a pink line from where your mouse was. Follow it down. Follow it
Okay.
down to that icon. Yes, there. Perfect.
Call from Hitler.
1 second.
I'm getting a call on my landline.
Call from
Diane,
Hitler. Dominic.
go ahead. I'm just going to put this number down.
Are you okay? Are you following me or the call?
No, I'm
Okay. All right. So then over here, see how it says displays? So guys, this is for everyone to learn. What did we just open? The system settings, the thing that I told you is the goal of today's class. Her computer, see how I have many monitors here? See, there we go. She has a monitor and her laptop, and they're connected with a cable, okay? So she has, and this is ideal. It's so easy to go buy a second monitor that's cheap, connect your computer, and then you can have a big, it's a little tiny laptop monitor. So whenever you have a desk at home, you can connect it and see it better. But the thing is that right now her computer is being mirrored. What it means that both of her screens show the exact same thing, which isn't necessarily bad, but there's a different way to use it, which is extend, so that then it's like you have more space. One thing shows one thing, the other shows another. So over here where it says mirror, can you go to that and click on that? And let me see, click on the word mirror, click on the word, click on this, click on this monitor.
on the monitor. Just
Okay.
click on the monitor. Okay.
Click on this thing that I circled, the external. Yeah. And now go ahead and go over here and click on the word that says mirror. Click on it. Or click on these arrows. Click on the little arrow. Here, let me circle just the
Now
arrow.
your name come up by that, but I clicked on it and it didn't really do
No,
anything.
there. The little mirror, I'm circling two little arrows. You see that little icon that I'm circling? Up a little bit higher. A little bit higher. Yeah,
Well,
there.
here's the circle here, Diana.
Yeah. Click on that thing that you're clicking on right now. Nothing's happening?
Nothing's happening.
The first time you clicked on it, something happened. Okay. So you're in the built-in display. That's the problem. Let's see. Can you click on this one now? Nothing's changing, huh?
Uh-uh. So I
It's
clicked
interesting
on
because
your
you're
name.
having
What
this
happened?
mirror in that one. And then, because see, this is her HP 545 whatever, and the display, normally you can switch back and forth, back and forth. One is the mirror of the other, but she's not, hers aren't shifting. You should be able to click and see stuff for one, click and see stuff for
Yeah.
the
On the laptop, it's that they're still identical.
other.
You know, the monitor and the laptop.
Yeah. I don't normally see guys that this has a little arrow going. See how that line right there is showing? We're seeing the information for this one. You should be able to see the click on this one and see the information for that one, and all of this would change to be called whatever this is, and then we should be able to tell it not to mirror but to extend. But when you're clicking on it, it's not working, and so then I'm kind of stuck, because if I can't make you change which one we're looking at, then I can't have you this mirror that one. stop mirroring. So at this point, then both of you are seeing my share, and none of you is seeing your own screen, which is a waste of an extra monitor. Does that make sense? But I'm going to see if maybe this is because we are sharing. I'm going to stop your share. In fact, I know what's happening. None of this is live. See, okay, this is a perfect example of what I'm about to teach you. Do you see how these buttons are gray? When a buttons are gray, means it's not active, right? So can you go and click over here? Let's see if we can make it active. Click exactly in the center of my. Click right there. Huh? You're not making it active. What is your active app right now?
There it is.
Okay, go down here, go to your system settings right at the bottom on your dock and click on system settings. There, see how it became active, you guys? You see how it got color? Okay, now go over here and click on this monitor, on this one there, the big circle. Click on it. Okay, do you guys see how suddenly I'm having a little arrow clicking on that one? So this is your main display, which is interesting. Your main display should be this one. Okay, so can you go to the word main display right here? Click on that and say stop mirroring. Just click on stop mirroring. Is anything happening? It looks like it's frozen.
Yeah, well, my forest
Yeah.
laptop came up on the monitor.
But on your computer, you're still seeing what you were seeing before, and then here you have the forest, right?
Right.
So this is ideal. Okay, so on your laptop, you're seeing me, watching me do the job, the class, the everything, the samples. And now on this screen, the forest, now you can put your mouse down here and pick up the dock. It's not pulling up your
The
dock.
dock's not there right now.
It should, if you put your mouse all the way to the bottom,
Yeah, it's still not showing.
your settings are so a bit strange. You must have it zoomed in. In fact, I'm seeing here a little bit of your other window. Go ahead and go up here to the Apple. Click on that and open the system settings. Again, we're going to system settings. They might pop in on your other screen though. Are they on your other screen? Your system settings opened on your other screen?
No, the system setting is just
on
still
your
what it was before.
It's on your computer, yeah.
The computer and the laptop both showing and display.
Okay. All right. So on the settings, I need you to, now that we're not sharing it, it's harder to tell. I wanted you to pull up your settings and change your dock.
Well,
Really, this should be your main display, and the other one should be the one that's being mirrored, and that's the problem.
I can go to system settings below the Apple and click on it there.
Yeah, but I want to see your dock.
Yeah, I like to see the dock too.
Yeah, go back to your system settings.
Somehow the
I
dock.
don't know that I can fix this.
Diana,
Yeah.
the dock came up now
Oh, there it is. I see it. Perfect. So
on
your
the
dock came up. Exactly.
laptop.
All right. So you did, because you should be able to see the dock on both places. You just need to make sure the computer knows which one you're active. Okay. So all of this happened because you couldn't see me. Now you can see me on one, and you can work on this one, right?
No, I can't see you. I just see the forest.
Yes, but you see me on your laptop, though. Do you see me on your laptop? No, it could be that I disappeared on my laptop. On your laptop, do you see me?
I almost have to move. Yes.
I'm worried about changing something that's been working for her, though. That's like, you know what I mean? Because changing a whole setup is like confusing. Do you see me on the one that you're looking at right now?
Well, now I've pulled the laptop down closer to me.
Okay. And do you see me?
So I see you, I see me, I see.
Okay. Good. So this is technically ideal. The only thing though is that right now all your apps are opening up probably on her laptop, right? So when you first do this,
No, I don't have the docs, not on my laptop.
no. So right here, go ahead and open your settings again, and it'll probably open up on your laptop. Yeah, it's all opening up on her laptop. So ideally what you need to do, and this is where it might be a bit of a push, you need to grab the dock. Remember where we moved things from the top of your settings and drag them over to have it appear on this screen. So you need to drag it from one monitor to the other. Like, yeah. Yeah. No, not from the dock, but from the settings, from your other computer. This is the part that I'm not sure that you can do, and I'm confusing you.
Well, the system settings, I have it at the top of on my
Let me stop your share for a minute so that you don't have to see me anymore. Okay. When you have two monitors, you can, when the screen opens up, the window, when it's not mirroring like it used to be, when it's now extended, then you can have an app on one or on the other. And what you need to do is you need to drag them. If anyone wants to see this for a second, come behind me. And just to see what I'm showing you so that you understand. So Evelyn, Gigi, if you all come over here for a second. This is one computer running two screens, and I cannot show this to you at home, but I have one computer with two screens. So I can grab this and drag it over here, or drag it over there.
Oh my God. Magic here. Diana's doing
No,
magic.
it's just one computer with two monitors, which is what she has. But the problem is Helen can't see this right now. And this is, I can only show one screen at a time. So if she's opening her settings, right, or her settings on this screen, or on that one, see what I'm doing? I'm just moving it from one to the other. That's all it is. It's like if this was one long monitor. That's what you do when you extend your display. But right now, she is seeing this screen, right, like that empty, and her settings are there. And to be able to tell her to do this without her seeing it, I don't know that we can do that. So Helen, just because although this is the ideal setting, what you've got right now is the ideal setting, but I can't physically show you how to do this. I would have to like film it with my camera or something. I'm going to have you go back, and instead of turning off the mirroring, I'm going to have you turn on the mirror again so that you go back to having your computer the way you had it, because I'm afraid I'm confusing you. Does that make sense? But I'm using this as a learning experience for everyone, because this one is not. This one is on its own. I can't move things. These are two different computers, but this is one computer with two monitors. So at home, if you ever connect your computer with a cable to a monitor, you can just do that. You see me on... Yeah, it's basically, imagine if this was one long one that's tied to each other, but it happens to be two different monitors. They don't, if you leave it in the middle sometimes, like, see how it's kind of a bit on each? Do you see that? In her case, it's different because she has this set up. She has her computer, her monitor there, and her computer there. So it's harder for her to see that. She could grab this and move it from here to there. You can do that with your iPad as well, or you can have them separate. So now, I was hesitant about this, but I'm going to show you this. I'm going to share my screen right now. And you guys sit here for a minute, because from there you only see one of my screens, right? So I'm going to share the system settings for a second of my computer. And do you see here, Helen, that this is the same as you? I have two different monitors, except for mine are the same size, but yours is a laptop and yours is a monitor. And when I click on one is called main and the other one is called extended. Do you see that, Helen? Are you able to see this on your screen?
Well, it looks like you've got the forest on that.
Yeah, I have the forest on both.
Right.
One, but this is what I want you to see. When I click on this one, see how there's this little arrow that goes up like that? I'm looking at this one, and this is extended. And when I click on that's the Dell. When I click on the Extron scaler, see how there's a little arrow? That's my main display. Main and extended. Display is another word for monitor. Does that make sense, you guys? So then I could tell it, so right now this is my main one and this is my extended. And so when I bring something from here to there, I'm just going from here to there. It's like if you could stitch these together, they're acting as one long screen. And in your case, you have the extended over here and you have your laptop over here. So what I need you to do, Helen, is to go back to your system settings, which now I cannot see. And instead, I had told you to stop. You did this. You had written. You said stop mirroring or something. I want you to grab it again. Go to the same thing and go ahead and say start mirroring. I need you to say mirror again, just to set you back to how you were. I'm going to stop my share because it's too confusing without being there behind you to make you figure out how to move things back and forth. Does that
Well,
make sense?
Diana, when I'm clicking on the system settings on my monitor, it's not opening up for me to do anything.
It is. It's opening in your computer, in your laptop. It's not two different system settings. It's one system setting. So that's the one that's opening on your laptop.
Okay,
Go
but
to the displays and go back and say start mirroring, I think is the word it'll use, start mirroring. Instead of right now that I told you to stop mirroring, go ahead and say start mirroring.
well, before Diana, the arrow with when I'm using the my mouse, it won't cross over. It doesn't, before.
I see what you mean. It
did
does.
now.
Yeah, it will, but the problem is that your monitors, one is lower, one is higher. So you need to go to like the top of your little.
Yeah, it moved over now. I got it on the.
Yeah.
I've got it on the laptop
She has
now.
it like this. So then the only place arrow functions, like if I try to move over there, here, you have to. It literally works as two. So you need to connect them so that they move over.
So,
And then say
you
start
want me to
mirroring
go
again.
to extended display?
Yeah, change it back to mirroring, which is what you had, and we'll leave it there. What you have right now is ideal, but if you can't work on the apps, then it doesn't help. You know what I mean?
Why did she have both
Okay.
things?
All right. Well, I put it back now so that
I
we're
don't
on.
know why whoever set her computer up set it up that way.
Because if you have a laptop and I understand on one you do the work and on the other one you see you.
Yeah, but I can't show her because there's no way to share, and she doesn't know how to grab a map app from here and drag it to the
Yeah,
other
I
one.
got it to move over. It did move over, Diana. When, I struggled with it. First it wouldn't go, and then all of a sudden it went.
Okay, so then hopefully that means that if I share my screen now, and I'm going to go ahead and share it again. Well, this is a different computer I'm sharing now. Let me just not confuse the issues. Let me share this one again. So when I share this one again, do you see it on both or on one?
I see it on both.
Okay, because now you're mirroring again. All right, so you're just going to have to do that for a little bit. Maybe there's some YouTube videos or something that I can explain on how to, because when you mirror, both screens are showing you the exact same thing. So she looks at one or the other, it's the same. But it's as if you had one computer. The whole point of the extended is to give you more space. So this is a little bit useless. So whoever set it up for you needs to. Who helps you with your computer? Someone set this up for you. The connected monitor. Helen, who set this up for you? I don't know. Helen,
Yeah.
who set this up for you? The connected monitor.
Oh my, I don't have any idea.
Okay, it's been a while. Okay, but a tech person came, or maybe or a family member or somebody. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you can find someone who understands about these connections and who can just show you how to drag to just switch it back to extended, which is what I tried to do, but then you need to know how to move things back and forth. Otherwise, you're lost. It's really confusing. If you've never seen this, to have, it feels like you have two computers and that's two separate things. But having an extended display and having it mirrored doesn't give you more space. Does that mean so it's not necessarily useful? So it's just a little switch from mirrored to extended. And then it's like you have, woof, two monitors for the same computer. But there's one settings, one calendar. You just need to move it from one monitor to the other. It's not like you suddenly have two computers. So you don't have two settings, two finders, two notes. It's one that shows up in two different places, which is what you saw here.
Work on one thing on one computer and another thing on another one.
That's the ideal way to use this.
She can't do that in the meantime, and she can't get someone to fix it for her. Can she just turn one of those monitors off?
Well, why not see it on the big one instead of on the small one?
Right.
It's fine. She's just seeing it on the bigger one, which is more comfortable than the smaller one, but that's all. It's basically a repeat. The difference is that the small one has the webcam. That's why it's looking at me versus the monitor doesn't have a webcam. So that's, we turn one off, she'll see it all in a small one like you guys are seeing it, and that's more complicated. So anyway, Helen, I put you back in the same way you were when you started. If you can find a family member, someone, a friend, someone who understands to show you how to extend the display again and then drag things over. That's beyond my reach as a teacher here because I cannot demo that in the Zoom. Does that make sense? Because you cannot demo two monitors at a time. Does that make sense? At most I could grab a camera now and film what I'm doing. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. Maybe I can do that. I do have that set up. I have her exact same setup at home. I have the small laptop connected to a big monitor, and I drag things from one to the other. Okay? Maybe I can film that or something. Maybe, Helen, you know what? If you can remind me to send me an email, you're going to get an email from me on Wednesday saying this is where the class stuff is, this is a link, and that's my email. And I think you used to have my email. And you wrote to me an email today. There you go. To that same email that you wrote to me, go ahead and write, can you film the example of my displays, my monitor, something I'll remember. And then when I get home, when I'm using this stuff on Wednesday, not between Monday and Wednesday, I leave the computer in my briefcase. But on Wednesday, I connect it again, because then I teach from home on Friday. So then I will show you that setup, because my other computer, I have a setup like this, which is 2, and so it won't be a sample. But I have a setup just like yours at home, and I'm happy to grab my camera and film it to show you. Does that make sense? But I have to do it from there, where my setup is like yours. Here it's different, and so it won't help you. And I'm happy to do that and then send you that little video, and hopefully that'll help, okay? All right. So I'll expect an email from you as a reminder. Okay. And even though this was very specific to Helen, how many people were like, oh, I see a possibility now for me? Now, it was confusing because it didn't work for her, but you saw here how it would work. And it's basically you buy a monitor, big one, small one, in between one. Some people can do this with their TVs, if their TVs are a certain kind and smart and whatever. And you just put a cable from the monitor to your computer, and automatically, with nothing else, it mirrors, which is where she's set up. And then you go to the settings, displays, you tell it don't mirror, extend, and then boom, you have a bigger, it's like you have two screens that things go back and forth, okay? Which once you get accustomed to it, it's like, oh, finally, I'm not constrained to my tiny little laptop. Because these laptops now are tiny, these screens. I have a big one because I needed to teach. I asked them to buy me a big one. But most people, when you have your little MacBook Airs, which are comfortable, it's still tiny, right? So you might want to connect the monitor for very little money. I bought the cheapest one that Costco sells was like 100 and something. It doesn't need to be like a really high quality monitor. It just needs to be more space. That's all. More space. The real high quality monitor is your computer. The monitor that comes with your laptop is really high quality. The one that you extend can be the cheapest one you find, and as long as it's showing you more space, that's all you need. Okay, you don't need to spend on a really high fancy level extra monitor. Okay, so if this hopefully with my video, it'll help Helen directly once I get her the video. And for everyone else who's been working off of a little laptop, now you can consider, maybe I can do this. When I get home, you bring your laptop that you took to class or to the cafe or to your daughter's house, you plug in the cable. That's what I do. I take this thing home, this thing that I'm working in, I plug it in, and I have the cables there. I just plug the cable to the monitor, and boom, now I have, finally, some more space, because it's so constrained in the tiny one, okay? So that's something you can all do. Now, Rodney asked, how about an iPad? Can you, I believe it was Rodney, or was it Rod? I think it was Rodney. I know you're also a Rod, but I'm doing this to Rod 1, Rod 2. Rods. One of my rods mentioned, I mean, I'm accustomed to many Marys or something like that, but to have two rods is not so difficult. Once I had 3 that were like my name. I had a Diane, a Gianna, and a Diane, or something like that. I was like, whoa, that's strange. Okay. So, but the strangest situation ever happened when I had someone with one of those double names like Billie Jean, or it was something like that, and I had 2 of those in my same class. I'm like, what's the chance? Because those are unique. Anyway, never mind. So, they asked me about the iPad. Can you do this with an iPad? So quite a few of you have iPads. Yes, you can open up your iPad and have it extend, be a second monitor. Like extended, you can do that with your iPad as well. It's not a huge monitor, it's an iPad. But it is, you put me on Zoom on one and you work on the other, right? So if you have an iPad, give that a try. And I believe I think there's an app, and I'd have to look it up right now because mine is so old it doesn't do that. I think it's an app where you just, in the control panel, you turn it on and you say extend or mirror or something like that, and it moves to the 2. I'm not 100% sure right now where. I have in our handouts, I have a handout that says how to use your iPad as a sidecar, but I believe that might have changed with Tahoe. I think it's more automatic now. That was at first. When you had an iPad, when it first started pairing, I think it's even easier now. But ultimately that works, right? It's one of the handouts that I have. It's like use your iPad as a sidecar, and that's what they used to call it. Like, you know, the motorcycle, the little sidecar. But I think now, if you have a newer iPad and a newer computer, I think it's even, you don't even have to do those steps. I think it's more automatic. I'll look it up. What's that? With the iPad, no, you can probably do it through the fact that you're on the same Wi-Fi or through AirPlay. I believe you do it through AirPlay. But you could also connect it with cable. Yes, Rod, 2 or 1. What's that? Yes, the iPhone does it too, but it's so tiny that I never recommend. Yeah, so like say that you have a monitor or a TV and you want to show your photos to some of your trip and you have them on your phone. You can just go to your phone and set, like right there, there's a screen mirroring, and I can mirror it with like Wake 03, and I can then mirror my phone to a monitor. Ow. That's my alarm, because I told you guys how I need alarms telling me that it's time for a break. So I'm going to give you guys a break very soon. But what?
When I ran outside to get my glasses, which I left in my car, I left my phone sitting here. Get out to my car, my iWatch was beeping, telling
You forgot your phone.
no longer have your iPhone.
Yeah.
I found back here, I come in here, and this thing tells me I'm back with the iPhone after.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. It's useful. And remember I told you about did I tell you about AirTags in this class yet? No. That wasn't the handheld devices, but the AirTags do that too. I still have one AirTag connected to my phone. Every time I leave home, it's like, you left your backpack AirTag at home, because it's the one I had on my trip called Backpack. Your backpack is not with you. I'm like, I know. Gotta disconnect it. So yeah, so for those of you at home who didn't hear the story, Rodney has his phone here and his watch on his body, and he went to his car because he forgot his glasses, and his watch was telling him, "You left your phone. You left your phone. You left your phone." And then he came back in here, and his watch was like, "Good, you found your phone. You found your You're good. You're with your phone again." So that's the story he just told. Okay, guys, we'll explain much more about that kind of thing in the handheld devices class, which is I can look up to when it's coming up if you're interested in that. But it's all part of the same system here. It's all part of the fact that we're in here. Let me see when the handheld devices class is happening. I put them here today. Handheld devices. March 20th. It's to March 17th, and it's if anyone is interested in that one, here's the here, I'll put it in the chat. Handheld devices, let me put it in the chat where I close my chat. Okay, here, let me just write this in here, and handheld devices, CRN, there, and it's March 20th, and I believe, let me just, because since I mentioned it, I want to know, I believe it's at, no, I don't have it here yet because I don't have it in my calendar, so I need to look at it in my phone. 1 second, I'm just going to finish this, and then I see, Yolanda, that your hand is up, so give me 1 second. Let me just check on this so that I can just finish the conversation. And it's on Fridays, 2:30, so it's 2:30, Friday, March 20th, 2:30 to 4:50 p.m. And we meet two times, 2 meetings, 2 Fridays in a row. Okay?
Is it on Zoom or just in person?
It's in person and on Zoom, so that's true. I only have one of the codes in here. It's both. What's that? Okay, since I'm talking about this, let me look online for the right answer, because otherwise I'm giving everyone the wrong answer. Give me a second here. Class management. Because I think last class I taught it, it was 3 meetings, but I think this time it's 2 meetings, a bit longer. So let me make sure. Now credit, select, because I can't completely make sure that I wrote it down in my calendar right. So here's handheld devices. It's 4 weeks. So March 20th. Let me see. March 20th to April 17th means that we meet 1, 2. Oh, because the next week is spring break. And you're right, it's 3 meetings. No, it's 4 meetings. It's 4 meetings, but it spans 5 weeks because we have some break in between. Okay, it's 4 meetings, guys. It's 4 meetings. All right, thanks for asking that. 4 Fridays. Okay? So if that's something that's interesting to you, please write down that code, 52327. And that's the in-person, and the online version is 52533. And I'm going to go ahead and write that down in my calendar, because right now in my calendar I seem to have only... What's that? So this one is in room 3. Okay, and then I'm just writing it in my calendar, and I'm saying /Zoom. So you can be, it's like this one, HyFlex or not, and it's 52533 if you want to be on Zoom. Okay, I have fixed that in my calendar now, and I have both. But there you go.
Deanna, is that only for Apple or is it Android also?
No, it's Android also.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Zoom. There's my Zoom. And then this one is IP for me means in person. Okay, so there we go. I got that right. Okay. All right, guys, my alarm did ring and I turned it off, so I don't want to forget that it's time to give you all a break. So let's go, and I'm going to go to the chat, and let's do 15 minutes. It's exactly 2:15. This one's easy. Be back at 2:30 p.m. Oh, it's already 2:16. What's that? 2:31, because it's actually 2:16. Close what? When we come back. Leave them all open. Oh, well, okay, so the quick answer to, let me okay, so forget the break yet. Hang in there because, no, hang in there. I'm going to just share how to close all these apps first, and then we'll take a break. So ignore the break. Don't go on break, even though it says that. Because she's the first one who asked me these questions, so since she's the one asking, I'm going to make sure. Mary has to go. Okay, so here we have a ton of open apps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many ways to close apps, and I'm going to show you just the quickest one right now, which is right click. Who remembers how to right click? I'm going to mute Afra. I'm muting Afra. Hold on. There we go. So, who knows how to right click? Oh, that's a good answer. See, there's 3 or 4 ways to right click. Either you have a mouse, and I forgot to get you a mouse, Gigi, remind me after break. You can either use your mouse and right click, but those of you who have a mouse and it doesn't right click, you need to set it up in your system settings to set up. Or if you're on your laptop, 2 fingers down. So go somewhere here on the neutral area. Is it 2 fingers down, right? So 2 fingers down. Now watch my screen. If I want to close the calendar, which is in front, I go to my calendar icon down here, 2 fingers down, quit. Okay? Or if I'm on my mouse, I right click on my mouse, quit. Now I'm going to right click and quit on everything that's open. Right click. Okay, it's just 2 fingers down, quit. 2 fingers down, quit. And then you get rid of all these open windows really quickly. Don't close Zoom, of course, and don't quit the Finder. Those are the only 2 you wouldn't quit. So then if you have a Finder window open, you can't quit the Finder or you turn off your computer. So this is the only window that if you want to get rid of the Finder window, see I got rid of everything else except for the Finder window, then this is the only one that you should close with an X. Okay? That just closes that one window because it stays open. So now I have, once again, I'm going to open the contacts, I'm going to open the calendar, I'm going to open the maps, I'm going to open Safari, and in 2 seconds I'm going to close it all up again. Just right click, quit, right click, quit, right click, quit, and right click, quit. Right click, quit. Okay? And boom. Okay, so practice. Open and close. Open and right click, quit. Now, if you, as I said, if you are using it, and this is the last part of her initial question, the first thing she asked when she began is, what are these things? Please watch. If I had used the red button, the window closes, but not the calendar. So here I am in Safari, and if I then close the window, the app doesn't turn on. So this makes the window completely go. So what if I have a new window? So I can have 2 windows on Safari. I can have 3 windows on Safari. That's the part that you didn't know. So if I close just the window, the other one appears. The other one appears. The other one appears. Oh, I have no windows left, but Safari is still open. That's why you want to quit from here. Some apps can only have one window, like the calendar, but you don't know which one doesn't, which one doesn't. So if I were to quit the calendar from here, it's still open. So you have to quit the whole thing. But for example, the system settings can only have one window. So if in this case I close it from here, oh, the system settings closed off. But since you don't know which can and which can't, just instead of closing from there, just always quit. If you always quit, you get it right each time. You won't know, well, this one has one window, this one has two windows, this one just closed, this one. Otherwise, you leave a lot of apps running if you keep using the red X's. Okay? Leave the red X only for Finder windows. Because yes, you can have many Finder windows open. I can have another new Finder window open, and a new Finder window open, and a new Finder window open. And then I can close each one this way. We're going to practice this more when I get back. I just wanted to get that mentioned through. And Yolanda's hand has been up for quite a bit. So let me ask Yolanda, what's your question?
My question had something to do with the closing. I have a window that would not close since we started the class. In fact, that was the reason why I was not able to be on time for the class. But so I just let it go. And I was able to join this class where I am right now by calling my son at his place of work, which is 2 hours where I am right now. So my question then is, until now, there's a red, the red, yellow, and green. The red dot has an X, and then it is not like the other red dots that is clear. It is like darkened or shaded, and it won't get out of the I don't know. I don't know if I can share it using the share button.
Is it your Zoom window that's doing that?
Can you see it here?
No, right now you're not sharing. Can you share your screen? There we go. Okay.
Okay, see,
Oh,
so
I see.
this one where it says Diana Musacho, Zoom link, that would close, and it's been like that for like 3 hours.
So you are missing the way go up to the view for a second to see if the view changes. Go up here to the word view. See what she's talking about, this weird? So go up to the word view. Move your mouse up.
Shall I click it?
Move up, follow my pink arrow and move up to the word view. See, now when you move left, this is your Zoom app. It's not your mail app. You see that? So if you try to do anything here, it won't do it, because even though you are seeing this one, you are not in this one. This is the part that I'm trying to say why it's important to always look at the name next to the arrow. Okay? So anything you change in there will change for Zoom, but not for what you think you are looking at. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm going to close all of this, and if you tried to click on here, it's not responding, is what you're saying, right? It's
What do you want me to close? I'm sorry.
So click in the middle of the circle that I just made. Just click and see if it comes
in the middle.
Just click right there. Yeah, it's not coming. So let's see if you can maybe. Oh yes, there you are. You are in the mail app now.
I am in the mail app.
Yunisahio, it changed up here. Next to the arrow, now it says mail. Next to the apple, now it says mail. You just clicked on the mail app.
Click on it.
Clicked. Yeah.
So nothing happened.
Now the mail app is your foremost app. So now you should be able. It's like you already opened it, and it's back here somewhere. Yeah.
But the left column is grayed out.
Yeah. So go ahead and go to the word view.
View. Shall I click?
Yes.
Nothing happening.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that you have a frozen mail app. So go ahead and go to the Apple now. And let's do a force quit. Click on the Apple.
Just one click?
Yeah. Okay, click on the apple again. For some reason that's not, yeah, and now go to force quit.
Force quit.
And it might not be frozen, but it might, yeah. And then go to mail and let's do a force quit right now. Right there. Because you're getting some, yes, go ahead and say force quit. Which isn't ideal. Okay, and then this notes, you need to close, now you have your notes up and running, so now just close this little guy because we don't want the force click. And even now we don't want to, no, cancel. I don't want to force click anything else. Forcing clicking is like pulling the plug off of something that's running, which isn't always good. So close this little window. We only force quit the mail, but nothing else. Close this little force quit window. Okay, can you close the little red dot on the force quit window?
This one?
Yeah, yeah.
Force quit.
Yeah, click on that. Cool. And now let's go and close the rest of your apps by going down to the right-clicking and close your notes right here. For some
This
reason,
one right here?
no, the app down with the dock, but right there.
Yeah. Oh, right here?
Oh, so I'm sorry. Your dock is on the left. I forget. Your dock is on the left side here. Right-click on the dock.
Right.
Her apps are on the left side of her screen. So
Oh, I see. Right click here.
click and close your notes.
Wait, oh, you said right click here?
Yeah, and quit.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah, right click. You were there. Right click. Yeah, and then here's the quit at the bottom of your. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So now, what's that? Yeah, so the red one is the one that we try not to use too much because it's off. The
When you
middle
say
one,
the red, are you talking to me?
no, hold on. You are now. What you want you to do is open the mail again to see if it's running now.
Mail again. This one right here.
The yellow one is minimized, and we kind of went through that the other day. Okay, so now what you're missing in your mail is that you're missing your Finder window. So yeah, do that. Close this little app. Yeah. Okay, and now we need to change your view. So go up here to view.
View.
Yeah, and let's see. Say use column layout. Let me see if that might help. Down here. And then the other one, the green one, is too complicated for me to give you a quick answer. It's full screen.
Shall I click on the
Down,
view?
no, down, yes. You're on the view, and now I want you to use column layout.
Nothing happened when I click on the view.
Yes. This thing that says hide tab, that's the view. So now move your mouse down. Oh, you move it over to edit. See, so you need to go back to view. Go to view, yeah, and now down, straight down. Move your mouse down, yeah, over here to column layout.
I'm sorry, move to.
The things aren't, she's not seeing the pink. Sometimes the pink doesn't stay for the person who's seeing it. Move up like 5 choices and it'll say use column layout. Move your mouse up, yeah, there. Click on that.
Shall I click it?
Yes. That wasn't the solution. Okay. Let me see on this one what you need to do to get your layout again. Let me open it here and see. So it's not column layout. Window. This one's always, I think it's organized by conversation. So go back up to view. Yeah, go back to view, and we're going to turn off use column layout. So click on view again. Yep, and now go down and get rid of use column layout by clicking on it again, because that didn't work. So
I'm
down.
sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th choice down. Go down, the 5th choice down. Yep, up, 2, 4, 2 more up. Yeah, 1 more up. She can't see the pink. 1 more up. There, click on that again so that goes back to what you had. You're missing your whole window. I need to figure out how to get your windows back. And I don't know right now how to get So I'm going to stop for a minute. We're going to take a break for everyone. I'm going to look and see how to get you your windows back. And then we're going to come back. Okay, so just hang in there, okay? Because basically you're in your mail and it should be working right now, but you're missing seeing the preview. I'm going to stop your share and I'm going to figure out how to get you to see your preview and then I'm going to tell you again, okay? So guys, what time? 2:30. So be back at 2:45 p.m. Okay, that's our break. Be back at 2:45 p.m.
Attendance?
Oh, print attendance.
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course, I need to sign there too,
Oh,
I know. Can you go? I'll wait for you. I'll wait. I'll come with
okay.
you.
I need to go do it in a different computer. Come with me.
Because I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't anyone leave without signing. And I need you all to leave because people leave their computers here, so I need to grab my keys. So guys, I've been running around the entire school trying to find a way to print. I went to 3 different rooms. I finally printed my rosters, but everyone's zooming. I need to zoom to the restroom for 1 second, so I'll be back in a sec, you guys, while everyone else is settling in. No.
Jerry, and he said,
Hello. I'm back. Okay. Well, that was quite the runaround. I got my workout. I got my daily workout. I had to run through the whole school to get in. 2 people in the waiting room. And Mary. Okay. If you hear me breathing deeply, or it's because I have walked many miles trying to get these things printed. All right, welcome, and welcome, Mary, now from your car. Okay. Yeah, you have to sign on both sides. I'm in person and in. Okay. Cool. So, of all things, Yolanda, since I ran around my whole break trying to get the rosters printed, I did not check on how to get you to have the whole open window on your mail again. But your mail is there. It's just not in the way that we normally see it with the preview. So I'll get on that in a second. I think you were basically just missing your preview. But I want to move on a little bit more into the class, and then I'll see if I can help you after towards the end. Okay. All right. So the question, let me minimize this and quit this, in fact. So what I needed to finish explaining is how to make all these windows pop in and out and up and down when we want them and such forth, and what those 3 buttons are. And I quickly showed you the red one, which is to close windows. But remember, closing windows means that you haven't closed the program except for a few programs, a few small ones like the system settings. I think the contacts also, if you turn the red thing off, it turns the whole program. There's a few for which it works, but mostly it doesn't. So just don't use that to close programs. If you see that you have a lot of dots, just go and right-click, quit, right-click, quit to lighten up your computer's resources. Does that make sense? Now, if you have a fast computer, you won't notice the difference. It's like, okay, who cares? But as an appropriate way of getting accustomed to working so that when you suddenly have one app open, you have Safari open, but for some reason you left 25 tabs running, that takes up as much as if you had 25 applications open, right? So even that might be something that you might want to just learn to quit your Safari or Chrome or Firefox, any of those that go to the internet. Each tab that you leave open on the internet is taking resources if it's its own app, because it's constantly refreshing. So it takes more resources to run 5 apps, 5 tabs on Safari or Chrome or Firefox than it takes to run 5 separate apps, because they don't refresh all the time versus the internet refreshes all the time. You know what I mean? The weather changes, the stock exchange changes, the news changes, and if those are the things you're looking at, they're constantly refreshing themselves. Got it? So right-click quit, right-click quit. There's other ways of quitting, but I don't want to teach you 10 ways to quit. Well, 4 ways to quit easily. As long as you remember one, right-click quit from the dock because it has a black dot. That's the easiest way. Because sometimes you have an app open, but you don't see it. And so that's the next thing I'm going to show you really quickly, and then we're going to move on. So say that, and I'm going to share my screen. Say that I had, and this is a review from last week. So those of you who never saw this, please watch last week's recording. If I have 1 app open, 2 apps open, so this is just watch, don't do this time. 3 apps open, 4 apps open, and 5 apps open, right? So right now, if you look at my screen, it seems that I have 2 apps open, right? But if I look down here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's because the window that app shows us through is smaller than the other. So if I were now click on Safari, it looks like I have only Safari open. So it's not like I can quit each one individually. How can I quit contacts if I don't even see it? By going here, right-clicking, and quitting. It's back there. Okay, if I click on it, it'll come to the front. There it is. It was there all the time, but it's hiding because Safari is bigger. It's the only reason. So then it's not easy to go to each app and close it individually, and all the other methods of quitting that we have. So if the one that because there's many other methods of quitting, but this is the one that most for sure will let you quit whatever, even if you don't see it. So I'm not seeing contacts, but I'm quitting. Back there, it's not there anymore. If I click in this one, it doesn't seem that nothing is happening, but they are quitting. They are quitting. They are quitting. They're just in the back. And there you go. And if I now click this one, there should be there should be nothing left because I quit all the other ones from underneath it. Does that make sense? Because I was using the dock, and that's the most efficient way to quit apps. Just see if there's a dot, you're not using it, just quit it that way. Now, when you want to open it again, it takes only an extra little jump. Boom. It's not that much more than had I left it open. It's just a little. Now, some apps take a bit more. If I'm using Photoshop and I turn it on, and I'm going to show you guys, it'll jump around a little bit because it's a huge app, and so it takes its whole thing. But there you go. How much more was that? And that's the most an app can take. So I'm going to quit it now. But if I'm in the middle of using Photoshop, sure, I'll leave it open. When I'm done, I'll quit it, even though this ID, which you'll never use, but this is another one as I teach, this one takes quite a while to open. And so if I'm going to click InDesign, it just takes its time. See how it takes its time? So some apps take their time. So you end up learning which ones take their time. And if you're in a real hurry, you might not quit that one until you're really done. There you go. It's finally open. But it took, 5 seconds, but a lot of the ones that we use daily are much faster. So if I use Safari, there you go, 2 bounces, and there, it's up. Does that make sense? So it shouldn't be such a big deal to quit and open and quit and open. If you leave them all open, that's fine. Just be aware that it'll affect the use of your computer. All right.
Deanna, I have to leave.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Julie. So now the last thing I'm going to show you is what that green one is. So now let's click on the quit everything else. So if you do still have a bunch of things open, Evelyn, I see you still have them. Please quit everything. Quit everything. Right click, quit. Right click, quit. Right click, quit. Everyone at home, right click and quit. Yep. And quit. Perfect. You're doing that to everything. Yay. And some of them have never been opened yet, and so they're sitting there waiting for you to answer something. Like, yeah, because it's the only thing you can't quit is the Finder. But this one is waiting for you to do something, so it's not quitting until you do that. Okay, now it'll quit. Okay, quit, and then FaceTime, quit, and then
When you say quit everything,
This
does it
one,
include the
go
Zoom?
ahead and say not now. It's trying to get you a new version. So when it's asking you to do something, give me a second. I'm helping. Okay, quit. And then this one say cancel. And then you can quit in the rest. It's just that Evelyn is opening some that are, when you open an app and the app asks you something, because it's never been opened, so it says continue or connect this, then you can't quit it because it's asking you something. It's a dialog box. It's the computer saying da-da-da-da-da-da, and it won't quit because it's asking you, should I do this, should I do that? So you need to answer that before you can quit it. But that's because she's opening apps that have never been opened. Normally when you open an app that's never been opened, it's going to say a few things to you, and then it'll let you in. And that's what was happening to her, so I was helping her. So I'm sorry, Yolanda, you said something, and I was saying, give me a second. What did you ask?
When you say quit everything, when you say quit everything, does it include like the twin face and the Zoom?
Those are the only two that no, not Zoom, because then you'll fall out of the class. So Zoom always on. And then, as Evelyn was experiencing here, when you have something open on Finder, when you try to right click, it's the only one that doesn't show a quit, because you cannot quit the Finder, because the Finder is your computer running. So there is no quit there. So if you have a window open, that's a Finder window, it's the only thing you need to close from the red dot. Okay? So great question. There's no way to quit the Finder. What you do is you shut down your computer, and that quits the Finder. Does that make sense? And the Zoom, don't quit it, because you, in particular, who are at home, are using it to take the class. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open Finder windows. When I say windows, we're going to use plural. So first we're going to open one window by clicking one time on the Finder, which is that little half smiley face on the far right. So once everyone has opened a Finder window, give me a yes. So now let me clear everyone's answers from home and make sure to open the Finder window. And oh, thank you. So Carol, oh, thank you, Carol. Carol is mentioning that she went to Mac Mechanic and told them about my classes, and they're going to look into seeing whether they can talk to clients about these classes. So that's wonderful. To Cameron, could you, Carol, do you mind repeating this to me in an email so then I can reach out to them and say, hi, Cameron, I'm Diana Masacchio, and maybe I can follow through that. I would love to put a little poster or a little something in there, a little flyer, you know, for them to.
Yeah, I think that'd be great for people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mac Mechanic is on Upper State Street, and I believe I have it in my contacts here that I have. There it is, 344 State Street. I'm going to put it in the chat. Mac Mechanic. There it is, and they have a phone number too. I should have written that. And they are wonderful. They do. Now they also have a portion of their business is a PC. So yeah, so there the info is in the chat. Go ahead and copy this down. I don't know if they sell phones. I haven't been in their physical location for a while. They do sell computers.
Ordered phones for me.
They sold. Oh, that's true. They sold you your phone
Yeah, and the computer
and your
upgrade.
computer. So yeah, I guess they can order them. I don't think they have like. I don't want to say. I haven't been in their physical location for a while, so I don't want to speak for them. I don't know if they have any to show there.
No.
But they are an Apple reseller, and they can order stuff that they don't have in person. And here's the thing, and again, I'm going to talk about Mac Mechanic. I have no relationship to them, as you know, but I always send my students there because everyone comes back really happy. You know, they are honest, and they are resourceful, and they don't, in my experience, they don't fix things that are broken. They don't charge you for, wrongly. You know what I mean? It's a local-owned business. The employees own the business. What's that?
Can I ask you a question, Diana?
They used to have classes, yeah, and now they don't, and that's why Carol went and asked, and they said, "Oh, we don't have classes now, so maybe we can let people know." So, what were you saying? Someone asked.
Diana, I was asking you a question.
What's that?
If you write something in the chat and the Zoom is ended, can I look at those chat notes, or I have to copy it at that time? Otherwise,
that's
what?
a good question. Whenever I put something in the chat and you want it, you should copy it now, because once the Zoom ends, the chat ends now.
It's gone.
I have
Okay,
a copy of
that's what I thought.
I have a copy of the chat as a maker of the Zoom. I don't know if you guys get. You might get a copy of the chat. I'm not sure. If you look at your Finder under the docs, there might be a Zoom folder with a copy of the chat. I'm going to look into see if it automatically is saving for you. For the people who are on Zoom, definitely not for these. So if this is something that interests you, write it down, because this won't be. Not only would it not be in the chat, but the chat doesn't record itself. So when you watch the recording, you don't see what I write in the chat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or the things that people ask.
Thank you.
So I try to refresh.
Diana?
Yes?
Helen, and I have nothing except my laptop except my, except my, what do you call it? My home page with the forest and the trees, you know, and all the things I have left. That's all I see.
Yeah. So right now you are just seeing your window with nothing but the forest. So you need to go down to your dock to the very furthest left, like that icon, the one that has the half smiley face, and you need to click
Finder, yeah, I've got Finder there.
Click one time on it, and a window will open up. Now, for those of you who have done nothing on your computers, like for example, Evelyn is in front of a school computer and she's done nothing on it. So she has an empty Finder window because this is the first time she's opening it. But for people who've used their computer, you will see things. Right now, I don't care what you see. I want to make sure that you're opening a window that's a Finder window. And you know it's a Finder window if you click on this thing that's opening up and over there it says Finder, then it's a Finder window. But this Finder window will look different for all of us. And so I want to show you what a Finder window is and how to use it in a way that works for everyone. And this is gonna, hold on, the chat just took over my screen.
And when I go to Finder, Diana, it just brings up the desktop.
Well,
that's what it says.
Does it bring this up? A window that says looks somewhat like this one. This one looks a bit different.
Well, see, I don't see you, so I don't know what you're showing. I just
what shows up for you? What do you see when you click on the Finder window? When it brings up the desktop, meaning all you see is the forest?
No. It says desktop, and then it says recent shared desktop.
Okay, good. That's a Finder window. That is exactly a Finder window. So you're looking at the right thing that you should be looking at.
Right.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm closing up some of these things to make this look a bit more like what yours guys looks, because mine has a bunch of stuff when I was working on this computer before, and you don't have all these things. Okay, so here, this that we're looking at is a Finder window. I want to show you by default, meaning if you do nothing else, if you haven't changed the settings on your computer, what the Finder window is looking at is at something called Resense. And if you see over here that there's a selection on the word Resense,
Reasons. Uh-huh.
yeah?
Yeah.
And in fact, if you look here on the inside of that window, it says Resense up there. So what it's showing me is something called Resense. Now,
Right.
I'm not going to talk about Resense right now. I'll just to show you that when you close and open a Finder window, it always lands on Resense. That's all. That's all I wanted to say about Resense right now. We'll talk more about what all these parts are, but just so you know, that's the default setup. Now, at some point when you understand your computer more and you go, well, I'd like it to open directly onto documents, or I'd like to open directly onto downloads, then you can change that in the Finder settings, right? But we want to keep this the way it happens for most people, which is when you open one, it opens in Resense. That, for now, that's all I want us to understand. Now, this is one window into my computer. So when I open a Finder window, it's telling me on this left side, it's showing me the parts of my computer. So this left side would be this kind of slightly grayer side, and on the right side, you might be seeing what I'm seeing. You might be seeing this, you might be seeing this, you might be seeing this, you might be seeing this in many different views. Does that make sense? It all is the same stuff. And how can I prove it to you? If I go to the very top of this and I look at the first thing it says is the word attendance roster spring. When I go over to this view, then at the very top, and I have to...
But I still can't see you, Diana, so I don't know where you're going.
I can't change that for you. I tried so hard, Helen. What you
Then
need to do is, if
share.
you're just looking at yourself, just...
No, I'm looking at the monitor, and it says like recent at the tops, and then the next thing down says shared. If I clicked on shared, would I see you?
No. What you are seeing is the word desktops here and shared right there. And you are seeing your Finder window. I'm going to stop my share. Now I'm not sharing my screen at all, so now you are looking at yourself. When I share my screen again, go look and see if somewhere you begin to see this desktop that has the bright blue and purple colors. Do you see me on anywhere on your computer?
No.
If not, okay, go down to your Zoom icon on your dock and right-click and say Show All Windows, and I should appear somewhere. Go to your dock, find the Zoom icon,
All right, I
and
got
right-click and say Show All Windows. Do you see me somewhere now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, this is what I was showing, that if I open a Finder window, my Finder window looks different than yours. Yours says desktop and shared. Mine says AirDrop, recents, downloads. We all have, depending on your computer, different things that you see on your Finder window. Why? Listen to me. We all own cars. If I were to open my car and look in, it looks different than your car, and then your car, and then your car, right?
Right.
Even if we all buy the same car, what if we all have Hondas? We all have Apples. But we open your Honda, and I don't know anything about cars. You have a Honda X, and you have a Honda Y, and you have a Honda Z. When I look into your car, yeah, the steering wheel's on the same side, the pedal's on the same side, but one inside is gray, one inside is black, one inside is leather, one has a sunroof, one doesn't. We all have different Hondas. And right now, we all have different Apples in front of us. Does that make sense? So some of the settings are a bit different. Even though the generalities are there, you might have electric seat warmers, and you might have a sunroof, and you might have, I don't know what yours might have. Does that make sense? So what we're seeing in this Finder window is we're looking into our computer and seeing how is my computer? Do I have leather seats? Do I have a sunroof? What is in my computer? Does that make sense? The Finder window is a window into my computer. And even if we both have the same Honda, it turns out I have kids and I have like cups of Cheerios, and you don't have kids and you have like Spitz Polish, the same exact computer. might look different. Does that make sense? My kids used to. Now they
But
just are messy
when
because they're
you
teens.
to open you up.
They don't do the cups of Cheerios anymore. But I have spent through that time, right? So my car, my window of my computer looks different than yours. So now we need to try to make them all look as similar as possible. To do that, we're going to go ahead and click on the left side. If you see the word applications somewhere, click on the word applications on the sidebar. Anywhere. If you see the word applications, click on the word applications. If you do not see that, let me know. I'm going to clear my feedback. Give me a yes at home when you guys manage to find the applications window to click on the sidebar of your Finder window to click on that word. If you found that, then give me a yes. Okay, so Helen and Carol and Linda are saying yes. Yolanda, are you finding that? Mary is on the phone, so she can't do that.
I can do that. I'm driving.
Yeah, you're driving. Rod, you found it. Everyone here is yes. Evelyn, you found it. Okay. But now, just seeing Evelyn's screen, even though everyone's clicking up, hers looks very different than mine. And so I imagine many others do too. Why? Watch. Even though we all chose applications, and what are we doing by choosing applications? We're looking into our computer to see what applications that my computer have. But I am viewing this as a list of names. Evelyn is looking at it as a list of icons. Someone else might be looking at it as a different way. So she is looking at something like this. Watch. Like that. I look at her screen is looking like this. What did I do? I went up here to this thing that says view and I clicked on the first icon. I was looking at it that way, which is viewing it as a list. Someone else might be looking at it this way, which is column. Someone else might be looking at it this way. So it's 4 different ways to look at the same information. One more thing. If your window is really tiny, so like maybe Evelyn's window is pretty tiny. I'm thinking from here it's tiny. Then under the word here, I might not see the word view. I might be only seeing an icon. And on top of that, I might be seeing it collapsed like this, where I have to click on it to say as list, as columns, as gallery. Because the computer adapts to what you have. And if you have a lot of space, and I'll make this bigger, then it gives you 4 choices. Icons and 4 in it. But if you don't have space, the computer goes, oh, she doesn't have space, so I'm going to collapse those 4 into 1. Does that make sense? So things look different all the time, and it's like so confusing. Why can't it look the same? Because the computer's adapting and going. So keep your eyes right here, you guys. Right here. Hold on. Let me move this up and make a little circle. Keep trying to. There's the pencil. So keep your eyes on this. Right there. If my window is big, I'm seeing 4 icons. If my window is small, see how it switched to 1 icon? And then it goes big again, and boom, it switches into 4. It's the same tool. It's the view tool. But I don't see the word view anywhere, do you?
Yeah.
Some of you see it if you've taken this class before, and some of you don't. So my point of view is come to this part of the screen, which is neutral. Everyone. Rod, you probably don't have it on your computer. Right-click and say icon and text. So Gigi, you look at my screen. You're doing it. Everyone who has done it already once in my class doesn't need to do it because they're seeing the word view. But if it's once you do it, it never changes. But people who are sitting here for the first time in their computers, I know for sure. Okay, so Evelyn, not there. Evelyn, neutral area, right-click. Neutral area, right-click, and now say icon and text. So now we should always see that it says view under this and group under that and action and back and forward and search. Those words should appear, right? And then when you make it smaller, it still says view. And when you make it bigger, it still says view, but it shows you 4 options. Or when you make it smaller, you have to click on it to see the 4 options. Does that make sense? if this works for everyone, if you all see what I'm saying, that when you make it bigger or smaller, it changes. Now, what do I make bigger or smaller? I'm making the window bigger or smaller. How? I'm putting my mouse on the corner. And not now, I have to wait until it gives me a two-headed arrow right there. So the difference is that the very tip of my mouse is not touching the edge yet. As soon as I move it to the right, and the moment the mouse touches the edge, there it turns to a double-headed arrow. Move it away a little bit and it's not a double-headed arrow anymore. It's truly the tip of my mouse that matters. Boom, right there. And the moment I'm like barely a millimeter away, it's already not a double-headed arrow. So I have to slow down, wait until my mouse turns into a double-headed arrow, and then I click and drag and make it bigger or smaller. So Evelyn, everyone that I can see here, Gigi, Evelyn, Rod, can you all make your window bigger and smaller by putting your mouse on the edge, on the right edge of your screen? Wait until it becomes a double-headed arrow. So you need to, look, Evelyn, you put your mouse in the tip of the mouse. You have that, you have something in your double-headed arrow. Yeah, there we go. Now some of you, like Evelyn here, is getting a scroll bar because she's using a PC mouse. I'm not getting a scroll bar because I'm using a Mac mouse. So if you have a PC mouse, you will also get a little scroll bar over here. That was why it was getting a little bit in your way. I'll show that in a minute on this other screen because I'm going to stop this share. I'm going to show it on this screen because I have, on this computer, I have two mice. I have the Apple mouse and I have the PC mouse. I try not to use this one as much because this one here is the one that you guys are seeing. Anyway, so I'm going to open a Finder window on this one, and I'm using a PC mouse. Go to applications like you guys here. Let me right click and say icon and text. And if I'm looking at it as icons, this is the way Evelyn's seeing it, then see this thing right there that appeared? That's a scroll bar. Now, if you don't see a scroll bar, that's okay. That's just if you can activate it by starting to scroll a little bit, and then you can drag it up and down. That's if you have a PC mouse, which is like this, that has a little scroll bar, like that little thing there. I'm showing it in the photo. I don't know how many of you guys can see that, but it has that little wheel there, and then it goes up and down. See that? Is any of you at home has a PC mouse? That's what you do. Now I'm going to show you what you do if you don't have a PC mouse, and I'm going to stop this share, back to my Mac, and here I am back onto this Mac, and over here I have both a Magic Mouse, which is the Mac mouse, and I also have the tablet because it's a laptop. So how do you scroll up and down? Well, first of all, let me click again on applications. Let me go back to as icons, which is the one that I use the least. But it's the default one that the computer kind of opens up into, so people who just open up the computer for the first time or have never changed it, that's how you see the contents of your window. In which case, I have more. See how I have much more? It keeps going. So on a laptop, I need to put two fingers on the laptop, and immediately it begins to scroll. But my mouse has to be on this. If my mouse is on this side, then that's what scrolls. If my mouse cursor is on this side, or my finger moves it to this side, I scroll that. If I move it here, it scrolls that. Does that make sense? But it's two fingers down for two fingers on my laptop to make it scroll up and down. If you have a mouse like mine, it's one finger up and down. Equivalent to if you have a PC mouse that you're hitting the little scroll bar. On a Magic Mouse, it's one finger. It's that little scroll bar. Okay? And then when I start scrolling, that thing appears. But before it wasn't there. See how that scroll bar is not there? It's gone. But the moment I start scrolling, then the scroll bar appears. And then you can grab it and drag it up and down if you'd rather do that instead of moving your finger up and down. Does that make sense? It's still scrolling up and down like that, or click and drag up and down, or move 2 fingers up and down. So has everyone been able to scroll up and down? The only time you can't scroll up and down is if you don't have anything to scroll to. So say if I go here to AirDrop, nothing to scroll to, right? So nothing moves. If I go over here, there's only 4 things, so I try to scroll, and it's like, what am I going to scroll? There's nothing to scroll. There needs to be enough stuff for it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Good, I can scroll. So it only scrolls if there's things hiding that need to be seen. Does that make sense? Okay, so now I can make the window bigger and smaller from the side, from this side as well, from this side, or from this side, any side, or I can go to a corner and make it bigger and smaller at the same time from any corner. See that? Wide and thick instead of one at a time. So any corner, all corners do that. All corners are live and allow me to do it all at once. Does that make sense? But it sticks to its place. The only way I move it is from the top. From that top line that I showed you at the beginning. That's how you move it. So if you need to make this one, and it's right here, and you need to suddenly make it much bigger, you might as well do this and make it bigger that way, right? Because it's the easiest way. Or if it's there, then it might as well go to this corner and open it that way. Does that make sense? Now, when the window gets really small, and I mean really small, watch. I have lost my sidebar. I have no more sidebar. So suddenly I'm making it longer, but too skinny to have a sidebar. So I just need to make it a little bit bigger. Boom, the sidebar appears. The sidebar is very important. We always want to see it, but boom, I made it too small. So everyone try. Grab your window and make it so skinny. Short doesn't matter, but skinny, like width, until the sidebar disappears. Yeah? So if you go, oh, my sidebar disappears, it's like suddenly you're inside the house, but you're not able to move around because you're in one room. You need to open it up, and here it is. Now we're seeing the whole thing. Okay, make it wider again and bigger. Okay, so now one more new thing. I'm looking at Evelyn over here, and again, I keep pointing at her because she's my front left computer. I'm not making a point of, she's the one I see the best, because both Denise and Rodney have their laptops and I don't see them, and then she's right here. So watch, I'm looking at my screen and I'm looking at hers, and she has a really thin little sidebar, like that. How do you mean thin? How do you change that? Well, you can put your mouse right on this line. Again, the mouse has a touch, and then I can make my sidebar really big. Now, do I need all that space? No. Enough space so that I can read what's on my sidebar is all I need. So if you have it so tiny that you just kind of moved it over so much, then boom, I've disappeared it. Now I have a big window, but I still have no sidebar because I kept moving it to the left until I had no sidebar left. I have disappeared my sidebar. Now it won't come in, making it bigger or smaller. I have disappeared my sidebar because I grabbed it from in and I just shooked it till it was gone. So now I have to go up to view and say show sidebar. Phew, there it is again. Okay? So if I go so far that I close it, then I have to say view show sidebar again. Okay? Now, if your sidebar is so tiny that you don't see the full word, that's too small. I want to see download, so I'm going to open it until I can see downloads and applications, but I put some other names here that are bigger that you might not have, and I want to read them too, so I'm going to go ahead and make it even a bit bigger. Does that make sense? But I don't need to see all of it. That's enough. That kind of tells me what that is, so that's the sidebar size, but I can adapt it to, if I take these 3 out, then I don't, then I don't need that. So then I don't need to have anything there. Okay. So what's on the sidebar, guys? Let me go back to applications. What's on the sidebar? So this is truly, I told you, looking into your computer, or looking into your car, or looking into your house, where you look in and your house has 3 bedrooms, yours has 2, yours has 1, yours has 5, yours has 6. We all have different rooms in our house. But guess what? We all bought the house with 3 rooms. But you added 2 rooms. You turned one wall out, and you have 1 big room. And you added 3 rooms. Does that make sense? We all modified the rooms, but the computer comes with 3 rooms. Those rooms are the downloads, the applications, the recents, the airdrop, so I'm showing you many more, the desktop, the documents. Those come in your computer. You didn't add them. I added 3 rooms. I added Spring, Desktop, Photoshop, Attendance, and Z. I added 3 more. To make this easy, we'll explain more what these 3 are. But the computer came with only 4 of them, 5 of them. And we all should have the same ones. So everyone on the left side has applications. I told you to go there, and you all went there. No one said they didn't find it, right? So there's one room in this computer that came from Apple's store dedicated to just my applications. That's it. There's nothing but applications in there. And that is this one. There's one room called downloads. Does everyone see the downloads? Anything I download from the internet or from email that I download from something sent to me, it arrives either as an email or that I go and download from a website, a form, to renew my DMV. It comes down from the internet as a form. Anything I download is in my downloads folder. Applications, all the applications that came to my computer, downloads folder. Now notice that I look at this and it looks one way, I look at this and look another way. If you go over
Diana, can I ask you a question about the download? How do you know the recent one? Like I go in the email and I download a file or something, and I don't know which one is it, because some of them are not labeled or I don't see them. Where is the recent one? How can I find out?
It's a great question.
Thank you.
As I finish explaining this window, I'll get to it. I can show you right now a really quick answer, but it might not be enough. If you look over here, if you click on date added, then the last one that you added will be on the top, right? But since I am explaining this right now, that's just a quick answer.
That's great.
That only works for people who can follow that. For the rest, I am leading up to that. Okay? So here I am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm in my downloads. I'm in my applications. They're looking different, and it's because of these views. So I want everyone to view the things the same way. So instead of viewing it as icons, as Evelyn and I am doing, and I don't know, I think that Rod is viewing it as gallery, and you and Denise is viewing it as list, and I can't see anyone else, icons. Let's all go to the same exact view. I want everyone to click on the second one as list. And if your window is small, then choose the one that is called as list. Go here and click on applications, and then go here and click as list. So by the time you're done clicking on both, you should be seeing all your applications as list. You're on as columns right now, Evelyn. So that's the third one. The second one is as list. Okay, now go back and click on applications one more time on the sidebar. And now go and change the view to as list. No, the second one. The second one is the second one. There we go. Okay? Now I'll explain which and why and how come one is better than the other. And it's everything. It's not one that's better than the other. They all show you in a different way. So right now, Rod, number 1 or 2, I don't know, is showing, you're looking at things as icons. Okay? Go ahead and go one over to the right and view them as list. That's as columns. Just go to the one in between those two is as list. And everyone at home, if you manage to see it as list, give me a yes. You're viewing things as list. There we go. That's the one I want you to be at. It's kind of not working very well right now because it's all spread out, but I'll get you there. So So right now, for example, some people are looking as list and it's kind of like that. So it's like there's all this space and then there's some, it kind of looks uncomfortable, right? I'm going to show you a little bit how to make these work. Evelyn too. How much more comfortable did this feel than this right now? But here's the point. This tells me only one piece of information. It just says the name of the app. That's it. It's kind of like what our phone does, what our iPads do. It just shows us the name of the app. That's all it does. Which, when it comes to apps, it's not a problem. Yeah, that's app I want to open. I'll click on it to open it. But when it comes to files, having just the name of my file is not enough. I might want to know, like just now, the question that Mary asked, when did it arrive? Which is the latest one? Is it a PDF or is it an Excel file, right? So if you want more information than just the name, you're going to get that under list view or under columns view. These are two really useful views. We're going to switch between back and forth, but right now we're going to all be in list view. Okay.
Anna,
So
this is Helen, and I'm not with you again because
okay.
I see what you've got on the screen.
All
but
right. So I'm going to stop my share. I'm stopping my share. So now you open your own Finder window. Now that you're not seeing me. Open your Finder window and then go and see if you can find the views that I was talking about. But I do need to share my screen again, in which case you'll stop seeing your own stuff. But are you in Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
If there's any chance you can ever come into class, then I can help you a little bit more with this, because then I can show it to you in person. Otherwise, your screens, I can show you how to shift between Zoom and your screen if you bring your laptop in.
Okay, I went to Finder and I brought up application.
And I know that not everyone can come in, so I'm not assuming that you can, but if you can, on a Monday or on a Wednesday, then I can help you a bit more. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so applications, and then you shift your views. Okay, so watch, you guys. I'm looking into my computer, and this is telling me that these are the applications I own. Now, if you guys pay for Adobe, you would have a bunch of Adobes in here, but I doubt that many of you guys in this class do. But then the first app you have should be probably the App Store app, because they're in alphabetical order. Is that what you're seeing at the top? Well, those of you who are on the school apps, you'd have Adobe, but do you have Adobe as well? Oh, because you guys took those classes too. Denise, you also have Adobe in yours? No. That's okay. So your top one is, because you have it in a different view.
Yeah.
You're viewing it in column view. So go to list view, and then click on it. Click on. Oh, you have something set up in group. Okay. So here's the thing. Hold on. And if you like how you're seeing it and you're accustomed to it, that's fine. But watch. Hold on. Hold on. I am seeing the word name up here, which might not be what you're seeing. Like Denise is not seeing that right now. But just about everyone else here probably is seeing the word name out there. You see that? If so, watch what happens when I click on the word name. Here I have an Adobe. B, C, D.
You're not sharing your screen, Diana.
Oh. Thank you. I stopped the share. Yeah, no, I stopped my share for, I'm going to share just the window now, so it's a bit easier to see just my window. First of all, I have all this space here that's kind of uncomfortable, and so for people like me, which right now at least two of you guys have all this extra space, look what happens when I put my mouse right here, and that little line right before that, I can click again, that double-headed arrow, pull it in a little bit. So I don't have to have all that extra space. Does that make sense? Then this is empty, so now I can make this a little bit smaller. So for sharing my screen, I get to have a smaller screen to share for you guys to see things better, right? So that's for you, Rod or Evelyn. Put your mouse, when all that extra space ends, go to right before it says the next date modified, and you'll see that when you touch that little line, your mouse turns into two arrows, and then you can move the columns around. And then all that extra wasted space over there, you can make a bit smaller, and then you're not, having all that empty space, right? I mean, that's just to make it more efficient. So Rod, now you're left with something like that. So now you can grab that and pull it in. You don't have to. You can have empty space, but I'm just showing you that you can read this is that, this is that. Anyway. Okay. So many, see what I mean about this window can be modified until everyone, it feels like we all have a different car, even if we all bought the same one. Because one has it on one setting, one has it on another setting, one has it on the third setting. All right, so Denise, don't keep playing around because I want to show, no, because I haven't shown your version yet, and then you're getting confused. So the majority of people are seeing applications, list view, if you've done that, and then over here you see the word name. If that's what you're seeing at home, give me a yes. Linda, Carol,
No,
Afra, no, Carol, what are you seeing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that you also have the issue of Zoom and me and Zoom and me. Let me stop my share for a second again. Are you now? If you're seeing a Finder window now, it's your own.
It's my own. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you click on the word applications?
Up here.
On the sidebar? And I know that you know how to share your screen, so I can help you.
I don't have a sidebar.
Go ahead and can you share your screen? Do you remember how to share your screen? Go to Zoom and click on the share icon. Linda, you're good, right? Yeah.
I'm in Zoom, but I don't have it. No.
Okay, so on the bottom where you say the chat, where you've been giving me the yeses before, the react. Do you see where to say yes? Go ahead and look for saying yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to go into?
If you
What do
see
you
the
want?
place where you say yes, go ahead and
Yes.
give me a yes. Okay. To the right, to the next of it, to the right, should you see share or three dots that say more?
Oh, okay. Okay.
If the share isn't visible, and I'm going to show this for people who are here at home. Let me just show you again what I mean. Again, a window. See how I'm seeing react and share down here? Look what's going to happen when my window gets really small. See how the share disappeared? If you're ever at home and you don't see it, it's hiding under more because things disappear. See how they keep disappearing? Until you only see the word more. And then as you make it bigger, you see chat, react, there's share again. So it depends on how big the window is. So that's why, if not, it's hiding under more, and then the share will be hiding under more. Okay? This is in case that any of you are ever at home. Gigi, I know sometimes you're at home. And the size of your window changes what you see that's available to you. Okay? All right, so did you find the word share while I was doing that little demo?
Uh,
It took some time.
yeah, I had it. What did I do with it? Yeah, I got it.
Okay, click on the word share and then share again. Perfect. Okay. So here's an example of you're looking at applications without the sidebar. Okay, and I knew something had happened when I share that disappearing sidebar. Sometimes people are left in that mode. So can you click on this window somewhere? And you see, guys, see how the window is dead? And up here it says Zoom Workplace there. Now it's live. Okay. Now that it's live, go up here to View. And we're going to say Show Sidebar.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now you're seeing your sidebar. Now, this is something else that's happening with her. She's not seeing the word applications because her favorites is collapsed. Because applications shows under favorites.
I have applications up here.
Yeah, but you're not seeing it on your sidebar, which is I want you to see it. So yeah, click on that arrow, click on that, and good. Now you're seeing applications. Perfect. And then now make this a little bit bigger. Stretch it out. See how she didn't see even the view? Good. Now go to the view and click on as list. Cool. Good. Just confirming that we're on as list. And she has a couple of folders of things that are utilities or whatever, and then she has the A for the App Store, B, C, D. Okay? So she's doing well. Now she already has, she's taken this class before, and some of you have taken the class before, already has these two things turned on, which is the next thing I want everyone to do. But if you have not taken my class before, you need to do what I'm going to show you. Now, you do not need to do it, Carol, because you already have them turned on. But I'm going to show everyone how to turn those two on. But there's one other thing I'm going to show right here. Go over here to this thing that says group. Put your mouse over this thing that says group. And this is what Denise has set up right now. Click on group. And it should be saying none, just like Carol's. And yours, Denise, doesn't say none. Yours says something else. What does yours say?
I switch now to the name.
Okay, so go to none for now. There we go. Stay on none for a minute, and I'll show you how to use it. I'll show you.
Diana, when I bring
Give
up
me a
my,
second. I want to confirm that everyone says none, and then I'll explain it, and then I'll get your questions. But I want everyone, I'm trying to make all our cars look the same. Then I can explain them, and then you choose what you prefer. Oh, I'm going to open my window. I'm going to close my window. But I'm first wanting everyone to have the word none checked. How do you check the word none? You select the word none. It then gets checked. Some of you had one another, like Denise had the word name checked. I'll explain to you in a minute what that means. And so I'm telling her, just choose none for now. And I'm not explaining it yet. I'm just telling you choose none. And then when everyone is at none, the way Carol is right now, then I'll explain it. Okay? So now sit right there, because Carol, you are totally ready to go. I'm going to stop your share, and I'm going to make sure everyone is at that neutral place. And I think I heard someone else having a question back there at home. I heard someone speak up.
well, this is Helen, but when I turned on my applications on my computer, it went away. So then I don't have anything except my applications open.
Okay.
So
Can you share your screen? I mean, if you have your applications open, that's okay. But let me have you share your screen so that I can kind of catch up to where you're at.
Okay, where do I go to share my
So
screen?
before, earlier, where you had said yes or no, down in the little, I call them buttons, but they're really like little icons that say chat, react, share. You had found it before in the Zoom where you see my face. Under my face, there's these words, chat, react.
Well, there's no place here that says share. You know, it's just all I've
All right,
got.
hold on. Do you see a button with 3 dots that says more?
No.
Okay, so then read to me what you see down there. Just read to me what you are seeing. Do you see
Uh,
chat?
Well, when I go to the 3 buttons in applications up on that line,
No.
it just,
I'm talking about Zoom. Focus.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to share your screen, so you shouldn't be looking at the word applications. You need to look at your Zoom window where you see me, my video of me waving.
okay, now you're back up. I've got you up, but then
Got
my
it. Now,
applications are all
go
down.
down under my face. There are some
Yes.
little, what I call buttons, the words that say chat or participants,
Yeah.
react.
Yeah.
Read them to me. What do you see?
Audio, video, participants, chat, react, more, leave.
Okay, so under
More.
more, click on more, and
Okay.
at the very top, one of those should say share.
Share, okay?
Perfect. Click on
Yeah.
share. Then now click on share again at the
Okay.
bottom. There we go. All right. So now, go to your Finder, which is, there it is, and click on the Finder window. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in this Finder window, I'm looking at, when you click on applications, on the right side, you are seeing applications. And in your case, you do have Adobe Connect and AnyDesk. These are things that say A before you get to the App Store. You also have 1Password. And remember, this is a system where numbers go ahead of the A. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, all the way to Z. So anything that has a number goes ahead. So the app called 1Password is ahead of the A's. Does that make sense? Okay, so you are doing fine, what I was showing people to do is to make sure that this little thing here says none for now. So click on that and says none. Perfect. Yours is none. Now, one thing that's missing for you is the names of these icons. So can you click in the middle of my pink thing, right click, and say icon, choose the top, icon and text. Good. So now this one says the word group, this one says the word view, and it makes things a little bit easier when you know what these things are. Does that make sense? Now you, as well as Carol, already have these two bars down here because you took my class sometime before. So see, once you turn them on, they're always on. So it's a one-time only. So only people who have new computers, who are completely new because you didn't inherit them from your old one, or who you are sitting in this classroom, are the only ones who need to turn these on. You have them on. You're exactly where we need to be. So right now, I'm going to maybe ask you to make this window a little bit bigger, like grab, no, okay. See how you're moving? Yeah, there, double-headed arrow. And now since you pulled it down, double-headed arrow a little bit higher. There we go. That's enough. Because that way when we look at these things, we'll see them better. Now, if you go over here to the left side, this is your sidebar. Put your mouse over here on this area. Don't click on anything. Just put your mouse here. And now you can go up and down the sidebar. Yeah. Keep going up, up. And down and up. Okay. So see how things are appearing kind of blurred and then they come up or down? It's just this new way of saying. Okay. So here's your applications, and I'm going to start talking now about downloads and documents and reasons and stuff like that. But you have them a little bit mixed up. Normally this one word called shared should be here under locations. You can click and drag it probably. Click and hold and drag it down. See if it moves. Click and hold and drag it all the way down to under locations. And yeah, put it in there and let go. Let's see if it goes. No, it's probably going to bounce back to where it was. Whoops, that's 15 minutes to the end of class. Okay, it's okay, leave it there, doesn't matter. The important thing is that you see the rest. For now, go to applications. That's good. Click on applications again, and we're good. Now, this is the part where you should all be seeing the word name. If you've done everything I've just told you to do, you should be seeing the word name in there, which is not what Denise was saying, so we're going to get back to where Denise was. Yeah, I know, no, because I told you to go there now. Okay, and then do you see this little line over here that I'm clicking on right now? Go ahead and put your mouse there, and yeah, when it turns into double-headed arrow, click and drag to the left a little bit. Drag it to the left so that you don't have all that empty space. There, that helps us see everything all together. Okay, now, when instead of in applications that are short names, you go to a place with long names. So, for example, go ahead and go to Documents. Let's see what you have in there. Now, some of the names are longer, right? So, if you need more space for your names, then you just go in there and you just move it over a little bit to the right so that you see all your names. And it's okay, you're mostly seeing your names, but you can say them a little bit better. Does that make sense? So, you modify to not have a ton of space, but to see the names. Okay. You're exactly where you have to be, so I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to stop your share. And now I'm going to move forward with this explanation. So I'm going to share this screen again. All right. So my window looks a little bit different than hers. Hers was a little bit more transparent. Mine instead makes a line. Those are just choices of versions and stuff like that, but it's pretty much the same. All right, so why did I tell you guys to turn this into none? Let me explain. In this view, I can choose to see this in different orders. If this word says name, it's showing me right now from A to Z, or if you have a one like Helen had, that she had the one password, it shows up first. Watch what's going to happen if I click on the word name one more time. What happened? It reversed. Now I'm going from Z, W, V, or sort of from Z to A. And I click on it again, A to Z. Click on it again, Z to A. Evelyn and you guys want to try that out? Click on the word name, and it switches from A to Z to Z to A. Did that work for you, Rod? Did that work for everyone at home?
Yeah.
So it's just sorting things. And
Well, see, now my applications is gone. I've just got yours up, Diane. So I don't have what I was looking, like mine's gone. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
you hear me now?
I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes. So Helen, and everyone who's at home, when you stop hearing me, you just need to say what you said. I can't hear you, and I have to turn this microphone turns off all the time, and then I turn it on again. I can still hear you saying, "Can you hear me?" But you can't hear me. I don't know that you're not hearing me until you say those words. Okay. So, what I was saying is, Helen, is that you will only see either me or you. So just watch me, and then when I stop my share, you can see you. Okay? Okay. So, right now, when I click on the word name, it goes up and down, and it shows me A to Z on the name. But earlier, when Mary asked me, how can I see what arrived latest? I said, well, you can go, and I showed her over here the way date added. But I'm not seeing date added here. I'm just seeing date modified, size, and kind. But let's see that I click on kind, and suddenly everything got organized by kind. All my folders got put together, my applications got put together. If I click on the word size, then it goes from the biggest to the smallest. So over here things are changing. If I click on the date modified, it's going to the one I opened the latest. Oh, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Oh. Down to older. See that? Date modified. Click on name. It goes by name. So these are ways of sorting. But in this case, all I see is name, date modified, size, and kind. Look what happened when I go to downloads. Downloads has date added and previous 7 days. This is what you had set up before, Denise, but she had it in her applications. In my downloads, everyone go to your downloads. Okay, click on your downloads. The downloads, if you've never downloaded anything, Rod, you have nothing because you just open your computer and it's empty. You just sat down at this thing a week ago and opened it up and you have never downloaded anything. It's not your home computer, it's the school computer, and there's nothing there for you. It's not there right now. And you know what? As we move forward in the next couple of days, I will have you connect your house computer here, and you might see your house stuff, and then you'll find your music and your stuff, but we haven't set that up yet. You were sitting somewhere over here last time, and you had it set up. But we're going to set it up here for you now. But watch for what I'm saying about downloads. Downloads is different than applications. Applications, I don't care when it came into my computer or not. I just want to know the name of it to open it. But downloads, like Mary said, is how can I find the last thing that arrived? So, seeing something by date added matters, but also, before in applications I told you to say group none, but in downloads, in group, I am seeing it by date added. If you see it by date added instead of none, if I say none, then all my names, all my files are by name, and like she said, and like you all noticed, I don't know what file name things will arrive with. Someone gave it a name that makes sense, someone gave it a name that... So if I look at my downloads by name and someone sent me a photo of, their cute kitty cat, I don't know if it's called Image 305 or if it's called Little Kitty. I don't know. I downloaded it from someone else, so the name doesn't help me. Does that make sense? All that helps me find it is knowing that I just got it. So in this case, clicking on date added really helps. And when I click on date added again, it switches. The oldest one is 2023, and the newest one is 2026. It goes up and down. But it's even more helpful if instead of just date added, I also organize the entire folder to show it to me from date added. Then it shows me today, previous 7 days, 2020, previous month, Does that make sense? So this is good for the downloads folder, but it's not good for the application. So each folder has a different way of viewing it that makes sense to that folder. Does that make sense? So for downloads, I always want to see it by date added, of course, because then it's so easy to find the folder I just downloaded, because I downloaded this one yesterday in class or whatever, I think on Friday, and there it is, it's at the top. Who cares that it's an S or that there's an A over there? Does that make sense? So you modify the view to what these things are useful to you. I'm going to stop my share so that you can do this on your own, Helen. And meanwhile, I'm going to answer Linda. Yep, what's your question? Oh, you're muted. There we go.
Could I share my screen with you?
Of course.
Because I somehow managed to lose my sidebar completely.
Okay, but before you share your screen, okay?
Oh,
I can
sorry.
show you. No, it's okay. Now you're sharing, so that's good. So go ahead and say allow. Okay, and then you don't need this window anymore. The window that first shows up when you sign in.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. Okay, you can close after you zoom in, so you can close this one now.
Close this one.
This window, yeah. Click on, get rid of this one. No, you don't need to join again. Just go up here and close this little window that allows you to connect to start with. Yeah. Click on
This one here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now you can minimize this so that it's out of the way. So go to the yellow. Yeah. Okay, and it looks like you have your text up. So minimize everything for a minute because you have it open too. Just minimize them all for now so that we can just focus on. Okay, so now let's go to the Finder window down here. And open a Finder window. All right. So now this is your Finder window, which is everything we've been talking about, and it is in such a different setup than everything we've been using. Now,
Yeah, and I used to have it like you were doing it, and I've hit something incorrectly.
yeah, so go ahead and go over here to the view. You're looking at it in gallery view. Go over here to the view.
Go
over here.
to
No, here, follow my green, yeah, to the word view. Yeah, click on that.
over here.
No, here, yeah, click on the word view. My mouse shows up in front of it for a minute. Yeah, click on that. Click on the word view.
You know what? I'm not in the same.
You're right where you are. You're clicking. You might be seeing us people.
I'm seeing, yes, as people, and it's all very
So then
tiny.
grab this window and move it over.
This one.
Yeah, that's your Finder window. You need to click on some part over here.
Oh, okay. Here's view.
Yeah, and view it
Okay.
as list. Okay, and now grab
Okay.
this whole thing and drag it over to get it out of, because over here you have your Zoom stuff, and so it's in the way. Okay, you guys don't see it, but I know now that people see their Zoom stuff like right there.
Yeah.
Like I am, so then they can't work. Okay, so here's your window. Now, you've lost your sidebar, so go up to this view and say show sidebar. Up above.
Here?
Nope, the one above.
Up here.
It's a different view. Yeah, yeah. Click on that and say show sidebar.
So
Two more.
sidebar.
Phew, there we go.
Oh,
Now let's
my
make the whole
goodness.
thing a little bit bigger because it's so tiny that things don't have much space to. There we go. A bit bigger, and then maybe pull it down a bit. We're looking
Pull
at
it
everything
down.
as inside of our computer, so we want this window to be, yeah, you know, you have to put a little bit lower. There we go. Cool.
Okay.
Now.
Oh, that looks familiar. Thank
That
you.
looks familiar, right? So now let's go to applications. And this is what I was saying about when you go to the word name or whatever, you're seeing
Yep.
alphabetical order.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if you go to downloads, this is where I wanted you to, you are seeing it by date added. You can also group by, see, in your case, you're missing the icons. You have just the word. So you can right click over here in the middle of my window and right click and choose icon and text. There we go. So you have both icon and text. Okay. So now click on this little group and choose date, not this, sorry, date added. There we go. So now you can see that today you added a new version of Zoom. In the last 30 days, you got a gift card, and in 2025, you downloaded those things. She's got a very, very clean downloads folder. So ideally, you wouldn't have. I teach this, and so I keep things all the way from 2023 because I need to make that point. But in my real computer, I don't. You got to keep it clean downloads, right? We're going to talk more about that. That's part of really Mac Level 1. We spent a lot of time on all of this. But right now, if you go to your downloads, anything that arrives, you don't have to think about it. It's always going to be the top choice. That's what just arrived, no matter whatever its name is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, but if you go to applications, on the other hand, it's going to be by name because that's the way to say, oh, go find your, printer.
Right.
Go find your whatever, and you just go by name. Okay?
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
makes sense.
This is where I wanted to be again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now stay there for a minute because I want to show, since you're demoing this, there's something here about where things are in our computer, and most of the stuff that we own should be in our documents folder. Can you click on your documents folder, please? Now when you go to the documents folder for Linda, she's taken this class before, she also has a bar here telling her where those documents are. But Evelyn and Rod don't have that, and Gigi probably don't have that because you're in your computer for the first time. You used to sit in the back computer, right? You're in this one. Okay, so you have it set up. Now we're going to do it here. So we're going to turn these things on that she has because it is telling me then that her documents folder is in the cloud, right? Versus I already looked at Helen's, and when she goes to her document folder, her documents are in the Macintosh hard drive. So this is important to turn on. If you already have this turned on, Carol, you have it turned on. Yolanda, I know you have it turned on. Afra, I know you have it turned on. So I know you guys have it turned on. So I'm going to ignore you guys. Mary, on your computer, I don't know if you have it turned on. That we'll see when you have your computer. But I'm going to help Rod and Evelyn and Gigi. So go ahead and go to Documents. And let's go over here. Yeah, you have nothing in this computer yet. Go up to View. And say Show Path Bar. And then go back to View. And Show Status Bar. Okay. And then let's go to that view. Yeah. Now since there's nothing there, it's kind of like, who cares? Well, we're going to be putting stuff in here. You don't have your own computer, so I'm going to give you files that are sample files for you to work with, okay? And I'm going to do that, and the class is going to be over. It's not going to be over soon. It is over. It's 5:06. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Do you know how to get into your, this is your, so guys, give me a second. I'm gonna help just for a second, because she doesn't have any files. I'm downloading
Diana,
files for her, and then, yep.
are we still, the horse and Linda are still on my screen, and I cannot remove it. I don't know if we are still on that.
She's still sharing, you're right.
Oh, I see, okay, all right.
Let me stop her share. I apologize, I left her sharing. Okay, we're gonna get straight into this. On Wednesday, we're trying to figure out how to move our stuff. We're gonna discover where our files are. We're gonna go to the cloud. We're gonna go into the settings. So there's a lot that we're gonna be doing in the next day. If any of this needs to be reviewed, please watch the recording so that when we're here on Wednesday, we can move forward. And it's okay if you are clueless of what happened by Wednesday. And as I keep reviewing things, it'll slowly start filtering in, okay? I'm going to help people who are here get some files. Gigi, are you normally going to bring your laptop or not? Do you want me to set files here? Oh, you have an iPad? No, because otherwise I can set some files here for you. Okay.
Thank you, Diana. See you on Wednesday.
See you guys on Wednesday.
Okay. I'll be on
Bye.
Zoom Wednesday. Thank you.
Bye.